Sessions!
Hello, welcome to episode 23 of the Goat Sessions podcast.
Afternoon.
I sound really fucking excited.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to episode 23.
Yeah, woo!
How's everyone?
Michael Jordan's
Good.
number.
Really good, thank you. Yeah.
Really good, really good.
Michael Jordan's number?
Yeah, he was 23.
You're 23, yeah.
Fuck knows.
And 45.
23 is not.
Did he
that
actually
good
do
of a number.
baseball, or was that
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like a
No,
Space
he
Jam?
did like
I
2 seasons, 3 seasons.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Wait, did you say the Space Jam just made that up?
It
I
was
thought I
Space
did.
Jam.
No, he legit
Yeah.
quit. He did 6 seasons, where he won 6 seasons, 3 seasons back. He did a 3-peat, it's called. So they won 3, and then he retired, went to baseball, because that was always his dad's dream for him.
Did he fucking Daniel Day-Lewis Space Jam?
What?
Like Daniel Day-Lewis is a full-on
He's meant to be
method
like
actor.
yeah, he's meant to be like
Yeah.
the best actor of all time.
Yeah, yeah.
I should have got him to play baseball
Yeah,
just
yeah,
to
yeah.
Space Jam.
Oh, yeah.
To be in Space
Just so he
Jam.
could hit the home run.
He quit basketball and started a career in Base Jam, because he went full method.
In Base Jam.
Yeah.
Space Jam.
In Space Jam. He went full method. That's all it was.
Just
Yeah.
took a load of mushrooms and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
sat in his
Yeah, yeah.
fucking bathroom
Watching
with a bunch of
Looney
cartoon
Tunes.
characters. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
and
are you
look-
doing, Lola Bunny? Bit of a callback from before.
Oh, that is a callback. That's our most viewed clip
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
It's
It
like
is.
23,000 on TikTok
Still
or something
rising,
now.
still rising.
Like
You're
9,000
married to
on Reels.
Jessica Rabbit.
You would though, wouldn't you?
Wrong word.
So is everyone?
Good man.
Yeah.
You got a new
really
tattoo,
good.
haven't you?
I have, yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Jenkinson had done.
Is it?
Thank.
Send me a photo and I'll put it up.
I will.
Or I'll just steal it off your Instagram because you won't send it me in time.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty good, thanks.
7
How
out
did,
of
he,
10.
how did he sit? Like a bitch?
Nah, sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does, usually.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Never had me hand
Pretty
done.
good. Pretty good.
I've had one
I
of
know,
them.
yeah.
So I was saying earlier, did you all have a meeting beforehand to decide what headwear to wear?
It's Beanie Day.
Just beanie
I
season,
didn't,
innit?
I didn't know it was Beanie Day. I've got a
It's
beanie in
Beanie
my
Day.
pocket, but I'm not wearing it.
Don't.
Stick it on.
No, I want to be different.
Oh yeah, you didn't say that when you put your fucking Ramones t-shirt on, did you?
Yeah, but
I want to be different. Sit next to me with
I
my
didn't-
fucking
I
cool
didn't know
one
you
on.
were wearing it.
Yeah,
It's
well,
the same t-shirt.
you
Yeah,
should
it
have
could've
got
been a
the
good guess.
fucking mental Bluetooth that I sent you.
Mental Bluetooth. My Bluetooth was turned off. I kept getting nudes. Dick
On
pics sent
airplane
to me. Yeah,
What
I
was
on
the red
airplane mode.
one? What was the red one? Back in the day on the phones?
Infrared.
Infrared.
Yeah, yeah. You press
You had
infrared.
to stand
That was shit
next to
though.
your fucking...
It's like,
If you do that as a person, that's just docking.
Yeah,
it's just like him.
it is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I think
technically
so.
shitting in someone's
Or as
mouth.
I call it, gay man technique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like shitting a video of someone being happy slapped into someone's mouth. Because that's all infrared was really used for back in the day.
Oh, I thought it was about docking then.
No.
Happy slapping's fucked up, man. Like as a
Yeah.
principle of what it
It's
is.
assault, isn't it?
Yeah, like literally.
Yeah, it is
Like
assault.
motherfuckers have died from that shit.
Do you remember the
Yeah.
tango slap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You got
yeah.
an orange
Tangoed.
wig, just fucking slapping people
Yeah,
in the
you
train
you
station.
haven't been tango, you just assaulted someone. Sit the fuck down.
I think they had to pull that advert after
Yeah,
that.
they did because of it.
Because
Have
everyone
you
was
seen they
slapping
pulled
people.
the Meerkat advert because of the fucking
Because it's like a Russian
Yeah, I think
diplomat.
that's ridiculous though, because, I mean,
dude? Like everything they've
There's-
done. Like Sainsbury's have renamed Chicken Kievs to Chicken Kievs.
do you know the thing is though, with that kind of shit, without going too much into what you went into last
Yeah.
week, there's showing your support by doing certain things, like not sending
Yeah,
over
it's
that
fucking
fight.
virtue
But
signaling
This,
to
yeah,
the max.
it's jumping on a bandwagon for the sake of it.
Dude.
Yeah, man.
It's like no one cares about a fucking chicken Kiev. The name of it.
I drove
for
past
one.
the Fort Dunlop earlier, and they changed the colours to the fucking flag, like the Premier League footballers who are captain bands of the Ukrainian flag, and just like everything they're doing at the moment.
It is
just-
virtue
Is it-
signaling.
It's complete
Yeah, there's a
virtue
difference
signaling.
between standing in solidarity
Yeah,
and just
actually doing something.
actually doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is just, oh, let's be seen to be doing
And
something.
a character, a fucking
What's his name?
meerkat.
Dude,
Alexander Orlov.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely like friends of Roman Abramovich.
I was going to say, he's a fucking
Yeah.
Russian spy, isn't he?
Yeah, completely.
What are they
He's-
called?
Or the
Fucking
teddies,
ugly-
the
ugly
meerkats, or the teddies that you get.
But he-
What the fucking KGB is it?
KGB agent.
Yeah, he's a KGB agent.
100%. We're on to you. We're on to you. Fucking
Alexander
Meerkat
Orlov, you
movies.
bastard.
That's why he gets you to sign up. He gets you details from
They
Meerkat
send you the
movies.
teddies and they've got cameras in the eyes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and that little baby one,
It's
he's
a
kicking it.
conspiracy. He's the scrappy do of them, isn't he?
Yeah, he is,
Yeah.
yeah.
How far do you reckon you could kick? Like, I don't know if we've had this conversation before, but I always think it. I'm like a vegan dog lover, but I always think like a sausage dog is the perfect density to fucking kick
It's
really
like American
far.
football, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
but
can
like
get
not
more
like a
under it.
kick, not like a punt, but
No,
like a
oh.
scoop and shit flick. Do you know what I
Oh.
mean? Like get
You
your
get
foot
more-
under it and
You,
go. Whoa,
you
like
get
that.
more height than distance on that, though.
Yeah, and then you can like fucking top bins
Volley
it.
it.
Rainbow hair. Like,
I
everyone
reckon.
kick it.
I reckon the noise would be amazing though. Just like into the distance as it just fucking.
What would be your go-to?
A spinning sausage dog.
Actually, let's not have this conversation because
Mate.
fucking Kurt Zuma like kicked a
Oh
cat.
shit, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah, but we're just saying it like
Hypothetically.
hypothetically.
Yeah, but still,
We didn't put it into practice.
you don't fuck with animals other than that.
Yeah.
Talking about
not that you
cats.
should anyway.
I got home from work today, literally like fucking half an hour ago, and my mum was like, the cat was just asleep in his space on the settee. She's like, guess where he's been today? I was like, what? Where? And she goes, up the chimney.
I thought you were going to say like Legoland or something. Where's he been?
Got one of them licenses.
Yeah,
fucking-
No, it's I live in like a fucking old Victorian terrace. It's like an old fucking council terraced house, but like an old one, so it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
tall. And like the house is fucking wham like high, and he's on the roof of the house on the chimney.
You know.
And all of the neighbours are
Fucking
like,
hell.
"Your cat's on the roof." It's like, yeah, I know. Just can't really get him.
Yeah.
What do you expect me to
Yeah,
do?
yeah.
How did he get down?
He goes on the bins, on the kitchen roof, on the house roof, and then sits on the roof, and then just comes back down.
Yeah.
He's the watchful protector of the street.
He doesn't
Well,
climb
he
up the chimney then.
He's
No.
Catman.
Apparently, like
Catman.
Catman.
in
Catman.
cat hierarchy, the higher they sit, the more in charge they think they are.
Yeah.
So I think
So
he
there's
thinks
one cat on that
That's-
Burj Khalifa in Dubai who's just
runs
like,
the world.
I am the king of you all.
No, one on
That's,
Everest to be higher.
What?
Like a monk cat on the top of Everest.
I've
is
got a,
technically
monk
the-
That's
cat.
fair actually. Yeah, but I think that's a harder climb.
I've got a cat costume.
Because with Burj Khalifa you can get an elevator most of the way, you know what I mean? And just do that last bit.
I've got a cat costume and an umpire's chair. So my cats know what's up. You know what I mean? So they're looking like, oh fuck, he's on the umpire chair again.
Though technically if you're an umpire, they're
I'm not. I'm a cat.
yeah, but you're a cat. You're a
I'm not dressed as an
you're
umpire.
a cumpire.
A cumpire.
You're a cumpire, right?
Is that just someone who sits in a chair watching a fucking circle jerk? Like, too long.
It sounds like someone burning barrels of cum.
No, but like if you're sat in the chair, all you're doing really is delegating over how they should be cats.
Yeah,
But
true.
you're not
Yeah.
above them.
I've got like a whistle. It's
I
like-
mean,
it's like
in
it's
your
like-
life, how
it's-
often do people
It's
with
like
whistles police you?
it's like yeah, but if you're in the swimming bath, say
I can't swim.
there's a man
You'll
on the,
never find me in the swim bath.
they'd be whistling to save you then.
Oh, fucking hell, what's Carl Drogo doing swimming in that swimming pool?
Yeah. Is he drowning? Now look at him. I mean,
Is Aquaman fucking?
Is Aquaman-
He's walking underwater.
yeah.
He's not Jesus.
Yeah, underwater.
Oh,
Jesus
underwater.
walked on water.
Apparently,
Yeah.
I still think he found a sewage line that was like just a bit of water going over the top of it and
Yeah.
walked over that.
He was,
Or
on,
it
he was
was-
on a weir.
Yeah, he was on a weir. That's
Yeah,
what it was.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Or it's just custard. Custard. Like you can
Yeah.
walk on
He
custard.
ran.
he
He
churned
ran
it
as
yeah,
hard as he could.
He churned it.
You just had a load of people with like boards underneath him.
Didn't Dynamo do that? Dynamo walked on water by
Yeah, the Thames.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It was
just put-
Or was
definitely-
it just a big piece of
Definitely
perspex?
I mean, it was the
Water.
Thames, so it's probably like dead bodies and shit like that. Like
You're just stepping on like ex.
mob bosses.
Yeah, mob bosses. Just like London mob bosses.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
leapfrogging from one
The
gangster
craze.
to the next. Yeah. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of any. I nearly said wizard. I mean magician.
Wizards.
They're not real. Like, they're not
Dynamo.
actually wizards.
Oh my god.
Dynamo. He's a wizard, isn't he?
No, like he's not Gandalf and shit.
He's as close. He's as
Like
close.
David Blaine can't be like poof, a goose like out of his hat.
I reckon he's tried.
It's probably tried.
He's threw up some fish, hasn't he?
Fucking
He has thrown up some
Yeah.
food.
magicians hearing you calling them wizards are going to be buzzing about that.
Oh, my,
Yeah, all of them.
my friend. One of the things I hate, not above everything, but like it's up there.
You hate a lot of things. So.
I just do hate a lot of things. Is when people try and do card tricks to you,
Mate, yeah.
like
No, when you're
close
drunk
hand
in a
card
bar.
magic.
It's fucking sick.
No, it's not.
It is, man.
No, it's
Nah,
fucking.
because I'm like, whoa.
Dude, it's, someone comes up and is like, "Yo, pick a card." I'd be like, "Fucking pick a window. You going through the con?" Because I am not fucking picking a card for you to somehow flex.
There was that
That
one
you're
that
a fucking waste man.
There's a wizard.
Ross shown us, and it's like you mix the cards up like completely fucking random, and then you put them down like as they are until they're all gone, and then you flip them over and they're all the same suit.
But
I can't get my fucking head
Nah,
around
the
how that
impressive
works.
thing about that is Ross taught me how to do it, and Ross don't know how it works. So
Yeah.
he taught me how to do it, and I know how to do the trick, but I don't know how the trick works.
100%.
It
So
does take-
like, instead of going, let me show you a trick, I'm like, please work out how this trick
Yeah,
works
yeah, yeah.
with me.
It just takes a special kind of version to be a magician.
Oh,
Oh,
fully.
God. Oh my God,
I'm
yeah.
going to confess something. I used to be quite good at magic when I was little as well. So.
Did you?
Yeah, mate.
What do you
None of
mean
us are
quite
surprised.
good at magic?
Like, I could shuffle. I used to wake up in the morning, like, shuffle card decks and shit until my hands hurt.
Yeah.
Like, instead of, like, and I was like a sick guitar player at this
And
point
then
as
you
well.
realised your dick was a thing and was like, put them down, grab them.
I'd wake up and like,
Then shuffle my dick to my hands hurt. Yeah.
I'd wake up like at like 9 years old.
How old? Okay, 9.
And like look at my fucking Les Paul looking at me and I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to learn magic instead of that.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck's sake.
Jesus Christ.
There are
man.
2 things that could have got you laid, and you picked the one that
The
would
one that
never
wouldn't.
get your penis looked at in ever. I
So
remember,
you were.
He's going to bring that to Vulture. He's been playing
You were
guitar.
a wizard as a
walk up to
child, is what you're
somebody,
saying.
Pull a card out from behind the ring.
He was like
start
a
playing.
wizard in practice.
Yeah,
wizard in practice.
Yeah, yeah.
I call them cunts. But I used to live with Pete, and
Was he a wizard?
he fucking thinks he is. I love
The
Pete,
thing is, you know the amount of
but
girls
he knows
who
how I
think they're
feel
witches?
about cards.
Like we all know, like of these 5 girls who think they're a witch.
Yeah.
You don't meet dudes who are like, I'm a wizard.
But it'd be a warlock, wouldn't
yeah.
it?
You do meet dudes that say like, I'm a male witch nowadays.
Do you?
Yeah, you do.
Can you point them out to me so I can hit them?
I can do if
Is
you
that
want.
what you think?
Dumb as fuck.
They're usually
Yeah.
flying around on broomsticks, to be fair.
Oh, right, okay.
Going, Excelsior. No, yeah, but close hand magic. Pete used to have, like, there'd be a couple of beers in, and then Pete would go, oh, and get up. And I remember Pete sat there with his girlfriend at the time, and she was going, babe, show him the one with the Queen of Hearts. And I'm sat there going, oh, fuck, I'm glad there's nothing sharp in this fucking. I was going to hang myself off the fucking.
Did your hatred for magicians come before that, or was it due to that?
It's so fucking awkward. No, it was well before that.
Oh, okay.
Well before
Was
that.
it a bad encounter or was it television?
No, I just think it's.
Where did they touch you?
I think it's bred into me.
No, it is a bit.
Show me on the bunny.
It is a bit fucking
Shit on
attention
her.
seeking, isn't it?
I fucking. It's like musicals, but I've got which kind of goes into my my subject of the week.
I got one more thing about witches.
Okay.
I used to have a stalker. You remember my stalker?
Yeah.
The one that said, look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do I know that?
Nah.
No.
She from around here.
I've never actually met her.
From Birmingham?
Yeah. I'll tell you about it off podcast. But I fully had a stalker, like a full, proper, actual, like genuinely considered police action.
Yeah.
And had to send her a message like, if you message me or turn up where I am again, like I will call the police. And then blocked her.
Well,
Did
was it
you
like-
fucking full on go like?
Was it just odd or was it threatening?
Like to start off, it was odd, and then it was started to question my safety. Like,
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Dude, you're
Oh,
fucking lying in bed, big plume of smoke.
like-
Next thing you know, there's a witch.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I think I mentioned on one of the podcasts at the time, what I
Yeah.
used to do, that there was a witch stalking me.
I like the
Well, that was
thought
a-
of you calling her and being like, I have a very certain set of skills.
Yeah.
I fuck with witches
I fuck with
all
witches.
the time.
What is it that witches don't like? You know how like vampires don't
Everything.
like dark and that, and it's
There's
iron,
water
isn't it?
now, because like, you could drown them. That's the point. If they float, they're a witch. And if they drown, they're human.
Yeah.
But no
When,
one
like,
ever floated.
If they buried a witch, they had to put like iron bars over the grave to make sure they couldn't
Yeah.
get out or something.
I
So,
don't know.
just in case, just have
Oh,
loads of
oh,
I don't believe in witches, because otherwise the Salem witch trials would have been successful.
Olden days,
They would have found one
Yeah.
witch, one bitch would have floated, but no one did. So maybe witches aren't a thing.
The olden days is the before people. they used to think that vampires and witches were basically the same thing. So a lot of what kills vampires, surprisingly,
Yeah, I mean, if you stake a
being
witch,
decapitated.
pretty sure she's not going to walk it off.
Is this something we all learn on your?
It is,
most
which
current-
but
should
garlic,
be out
I
now,
don't
but
think-
it isn't.
Yeah, it will be by the
It'll
time
be
this
out
is
by
out.
now.
No, it'll be out by now.
Yeah, but no. So with her, when I kind of like, I said a thing about her being a witch and how witches were bullshit. And then she messaged saying, "Oh, you'll see." And I was like, "Bitch, if you were a witch,
What hex on you or something?
I'd have saw by now.
But I was like, "Yeah,
sure.
it would have worked by now. Either that, or you're
Yeah,
a really shit
Because
witch."
there's like
Yeah.
the lesser version of a witch, which is a Wiccan, isn't it? And all that involves, it's not spells. and
bullshit.
that, it's like
bullshit. If you're a Wiccan,
Is a witch like a black
if you
belt?
honestly, if you think
yeah, it's
you're a
got black
Wiccan,
belt. But yeah, it's like
Do not.
herbs and shit and like natural medicinal healing and shit like that.
Does it go witch, Wiccan, person who works at Holland and Barrett then?
100%. Yeah.
Harry Potter fan.
Yeah.
Harry Potter fan.
What's wrong with Holland and Barrett?
My missus works on the
Oh, does she?
Mate, I've got today. Let me show you what I got today.
What, from H&B?
H&B.
What, loyalty card?
Man's a loyalty card holder. Man's a loyalty card holder. I've got nothing. I find
What do you
nothing wrong
buy
with Holiday.
enough that you need a loyalty card?
They've got loads of sweet vegan shit.
Fuck
now.
off for you both.
I think so.
Oh shit!
Hang on.
Oh
Mitch,
mate,
how many fucking...
yes,
Fucking hell.
on about it. H and
Holland
B
Barrett,
rewards for life, bro.
For life.
No free clout, Holland and Barrett. Fuck
Do you know
off.
how many,
fuck
I was gonna
off.
say, how many cards I got? I'll be craft because I'm a painter in case you didn't know. So,
You paint?
I do, yeah.
Okay, let me get into this then.
Boots
What's the best?
because
What's the best advantage card that you can get?
Boots.
I think
Boots.
I think the Tesco Club card is up there for the best
yeah,
one.
because you get
think
money
so?
back and shit, don't you?
Mate, it's tits. Tesco Club card's so good. Like, if you want to buy a TV and it's like 300 quid, if you just have a club card, it's like £100 off.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
No way.
And they're free.
Oh, shit.
They're sick. I don't even. We ain't got a Tesco though, so
We have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Litchfield.
if it's
There's a little one.
Yeah, there's a little one in
Tesco
Faces, but
Express. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you gotta go Litchfield.
big
Litchfield's
Tesco and Litchfield.
I don't think I've got a loyalty card for anywhere.
I've got
I
got the works.
I'm not that loyal to anyone.
the works.
and a more card. Yeah, because you can
Well,
get
you got Morrison's more card.
fuel
Yeah, fuel.
Fuel.
Oh yeah, fair.
and
fair.
because you can get.
Like,
canvases
fuel's
for the
expensive
works.
as fuck at the moment.
And I've got nieces and nephews, so when I buy
Where's the
canvases
works?
in Ankside.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, the bookshop.
So then I
Oh,
buy
I
my
got paid.
canvases, I get my fucking shit back, and then when it comes to Christmas and birthdays, I don't have to pay shit.
So what
for
you
my
saying?
nieces and
You saying
nephews, so
Tesco?
It's clever.
Tesco Club card is definitely
Jenk,
up there.
what you got?
Nothing at the minute. I'm new to the. This is
The loyalty card.
This is
Oh,
the
Oh,
best
no,
that I
Nando's
know.
card slaps as
Oh
well.
yeah, Nando cards massively
I
slaps.
don't go there anymore.
No, don't go there anymore, but Nando's cards
Nah, because
were
you earn
fucking
like free
sick.
chickens and shit like that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
if you go there like twice, you get a free starter.
Yeah, dude, like it's
But that's like
it's tight.
like Costa and shit in it. You can get free fucking
I don't
drinks
drink
off your
coffee,
Costa.
so-
And that. So
Yeah.
anything that you can get something free back.
Fucking
Slaps,
riveting
but
conversation.
by the sounds
Yeah,
of it,
man,
Tesco-
this is-
I don't, no, this is
people-
information.
yeah, man,
They're
this
gonna
is
come away from this
information.
like, fuck, I should get a club card
Yeah,
to somewhere,
dude.
man.
Like,
No, why are we giving Tesco and paying us? They can fuck off. Your club cards is shit.
yeah, we should do a Goat Sessions club card.
Yeah.
What, like a stamp thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Watch 10 episodes, get one free.
We'll do
You
a
get
free
one hand job
Patreon.
free.
We'll do a free. Yeah. Mitch is offering our hand
We'll
jobs
just
now.
sit them there and
Yeah,
then
you
to
can
do
come.
this.
You can come and sit in here and watch us do this bullshit
Yeah.
live.
You can come.
Not
and-
even at the table, just where the camera is.
They could just
You
stand
can film
outside.
it. Have a steady
Through
hand.
the glass.
Have a steady
How
hand.
about you watch 9, then you get the chance to edit the 10th one.
Oh,
Sounds me doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a chance to
Imagine
be
that-
a free
But you've got
producer.
to be able to
Freaking
sit through the full 2 hours that we always end up doing without thinking, fuck's sake, I want to do
Yeah,
this.
unpaid internship.
Yeah.
Paid internship.
Yeah.
So
You paying them?
freelance.
No, unpaid internship.
Oh, unpaid. Okay, yeah, cool.
I'll just give you a good reference on it.
Yeah, we'll put you down on the amount of people I've said like put me up because I used to own a bar and the amount of people have been like just say work for me. They were like 10 at the time or something. I'm like, cool. No one needs to know.
my brother used to own a skate shop, and I worked in there a bit, but I always put it down as voluntary work because it always looks good on the CV that you do work.
tits.
And you can't even like contact the skate shop now or anything. Which, funny enough, actually, not long ago, because my house number, like phone number, was put down for something for the skate shop before they had their own landline, and it hasn't been a shop for 7-8 years now, maybe longer than that. And last month we had somebody phone up and was like, "Oh, just wondering, is the skate shop still open at all?" We're like, "Man, that hasn't been a fucking thing for a decade." Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like my pub closed 12 years ago, but I've still said to people like, "Tell you what, there like 4 years ago," because no one fucking is gonna know, especially if
Oh,
it's John
yeah, yeah.
Birmingham. You know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
It's clever.
What was your topic then, Jake?
Right, press the blue button.
This one.
Yeah.
It's turquoise.
It's the wrong one.
Oh fuck off!
Sorry.
You
I
press
don't-
that.
I don't wanna
No,
hear
no, the other way. The other way. There you go. Press the yellow button.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Honestly.
No, it's fucking shit. There we go. It was join us and then no, it's fucking shit. Because I've been listening to, as I said last week, I've been listening to an album and then going into
Oh yeah.
if it's any good. Right.
Oh shit.
Queen's A Night at the Opera.
Oh yeah. Go on.
It's fucking shit.
Yeah. Ding 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 ding.
Right, let me go into for why
Oh, you got
it's
notes?
fucking shit. No, I'm just I can
track list.
Death on Two Legs, right, had a good start to it. There was like a bit of like a weird thing where it was almost, it could have been like, hang on, did Queen invent Doom? and then it
I know
didn't.
what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, age old question.
Because then it just goes into
Yeah, it's your question. Queen invent Doom.
I like that, mate.
Yeah, that's a tune.
Oh no, it's no shit.
Yeah,
Bit of
Queen
blood.
invent-
Boy, mate, coming in that
So
you
then,
fucking hate.
lazing on a Sunday afternoon, right?
that
Which
the
is
Kinks?
a full on. No, it's well, there is a Kink song called
Sunday Afternoon.
Sunday afternoon, but no,
Kinks
it's
do
Sunday
it.
afternoon.
Sunday afternoon. It is a Sunday
Yeah.
afternoon.
That's your name.
And Sunday morning
That's
by
your
Velvet Underground. That's what I'm getting mixed up with.
But lays down on a Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. He's like, going got for two, ba ba da ba ba.
Are you going to sing the whole album?
No, but I'm just going to go through it. Right, okay. So the two best songs
I'll be lazy on
are
Sunday
"You're My
afternoon.
Best Friend"
That's a banger.
That's a good
Yeah,
song.
it's a good song.
and "I'm in Love with My Car."
Nah.
I'm not even going in on Bohemian Rhapsody because why the
I
fuck?
don't think you need to listen to it because you've heard.
No,
it
it's
your whole
ridiculous.
fucking
It
life,
slaps.
It does slap, but
Two songs
You know
on
what I
here
mean.
were obviously written on
A kazoo.
might as well have been because Brian May wrote them. 39 and Good Company, and Brian May. What a useless fucking cunt. Because, like, honest to God, like, there's these his songs on that album, right? It seems like he wants to be seen as some kind of whimsical lute player skipping around gardens going, "Oh, I'm a little jaunty prince."
well,
And I want to fuck him to death.
he wrote that song because of his love for science and space and shit. Because what was he doing it
No one cares.
before he?
Nah, it was like particle
Yeah.
physics or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's something like that. Yeah, so he wrote that song about because when you listen to it, it sounds like it's on about like a boat, like a ship.
Yeah.
But it's actually about space. So it's about a rocket being sent off to the year
The thing is,
2039 or 3039 and coming back.
All right.
do I want to hear Einstein talk about relativity or hear him drop a mixtape? Like
Drop a mixtape?
Mixtape? Fuck yeah.
No,
It's,
I don't want to hear Einstein's mixtape.
equals MC squared.
the whole album as a whole.
Nice.
Have you listened to the whole album?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I've got it on vinyl.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Have you?
Of course I have.
Right.
If I had it on vinyl, I'd use it as a coaster.
I think the thing is about that album when it comes to Queen, I think it's probably the most all encapsulating of Queen as a band
Yeah.
in an album.
And it's shit.
But as an album, it sounds like they forgot to write the musical along with it
Right.
Yeah.
because it sounds like the soundtrack to a musical that doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Really, because there's not like a through line. So I didn't buy it.
Shocked.
I know, yeah,
So I think,
but it has driven me to. I've been listening to a lot more. I did mention I like them. It driven me to just Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah, yeah.
That was literally what 36 Chambers is
Yeah.
fucking sick.
Yeah, I've been listening to Enter
Such
the
a
Woo.
fucking
Like
Yeah, dude.
every time I've listened to a night on at the opera, I've rewarded myself with Enter the Woo.
Yeah, yeah.
And
What a weird.
What-
Fucking, that's never been said. in history.
see, the thing
So
is,
I've listened to Queen, and what it made me do was listen to Wu-Tang instead.
yeah, I think it's because Queen is the whitest thing imaginable. I
Yeah.
needed to go like the
Yeah,
other
get
way.
some culture in you.
Yeah, just to be like, oh,
I think the trouble
fuck.
is with that album, it's
It's shit.
the
Shit.
most known Queen album. So it's like if you're gonna listen to it,
Yeah,
but it's by far not the best album.
you said this to me, didn't you?
I
when
did,
tattooed you.
I mean, I think
It's my favourite Queen album.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, the opera.
Yeah.
I genuinely think when it
I mean, I've not listened to any.
Queen
Well,
of the
News of the World's a good album.
News of the World is a very good album, but
He ain't
News of
going
the
to
World-
listen to it now.
News of the World
you,
has
can't,
better-
you can't start him off with that and then go, try this one instead. No, I'm out. I've tapped out.
News of the
Yeah,
World
I'm
has
doing
the
it.
best cover work.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if
Can
you've
we
got the
talk about-
vinyl for that,
Can we talk about Wu-Tang
Fuck
instead?
me.
Because like, Wu-Tang is such a
I
better
fucking
choice.
love
Yeah,
Wu-Tang.
but
Wu-Tang
I
is
think
so
with
bad.
Queen,
Good.
it's more so it's a personal favourite of albums than an all around.
Yeah, but if you don't like A Night at the Opera, like we were saying, it's the Queen album. If you don't like it, you're
Yeah.
going to like any others, are you?
I don't know
I don't think so.
because it's difficult. Because when you come to was it Hot Space? That was when they were in 80s with synth like Radio Gaga and Under Pressure and that. Was it Under Pressure? Yeah, Under Pressure's on that. Yeah.
Don't fucking ask me, Mitch. Jesus Christ.
But they changed a lot when they went through.
So
decades,
Freddie was doing loads of
didn't they?
coke in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Queen. Wu-Tang, however,
Wu-Tang is sick.
Wu-Tang is
Wu-Tang is
fantastic.
so fucking good.
So
I was going to suggest Wu-Tang this week to you, actually, but as you've already been listening to him, can I suggest something else?
just suggest another Wu-Tang album. I
No,
mean,
'cause if you're into Wu-Tang already, it's kind of like
no, but just I
That's
want to
a
get more
staple
into
one,
it.
yeah.
But we'll do something else
Okay.
that I don't like.
my something that you don't like. My something else would be Thelonious Monk live in Paris in 1964.
Sick.
What's that out then?
Thelonious Monk is like a jazz artist.
Yeah.
And he did, he's got loads of albums. But if you do live in Paris, 1964 or 68, either of those two,
Yeah.
in Paris, both of them in Paris.
Yeah.
It's on Spotify as well. It slaps.
Okay. You'll have to send me.
Yeah, I will do. I'll send you. Yeah, yeah.
Because
Is that the one we're choosing? We're going to go with that.
Thelonious Monk. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
shout.
I've not
with
listened
that.
to him, but I'll
Try it as well.
I'll agree with you.
I'm going to buy into the Woo as well.
Yeah.
Just spite Mercury. Fucking. No, actually, to be fair,
Spite me.
honestly, completely critical of that album. Like, they're all fairly like talented people in that band,
Mhm.
but like because there's so many writers trying to be heard, because all of them wrote, didn't they? It's such a strange outcome.
The album is, that's why it's hard, because it's like they all had their own little, because Freddie was obviously the one.
Wait, we're about
Yeah.
Wu-Tang or
The Queen.
Yeah.
Freddie was the
To
one.
be fair, Wu-Tang had more writers in
Yeah,
it
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
and was better.
Yeah, Cream, especially on that album. Cream is fucking incredible.
We were saying the trouble with it's like they're all trying to push what they can do as much as they can into each
Yeah, that's
song.
why it's so mishmatched though. Because
I mean, like,
there's no.
John Deacon
I'm
didn't
sorry,
really
okay.
care.
I don't know if we're talking about Wu-Tang or Queen.
No, Queen. So-
So it was like
Queen.
Roger Taylor was saying is a
I'm
good
out,
drummer,
mate. I'm out.
but it seemed like he was never allowed to use his full potential.
No,
Yeah.
and it's like just everyone wants their own opportunity. So then there's no.
It was
the
what-
album's quite a bit.
They were very
bit
much
all
one of
over the
those
place.
bands that, like, when it came to like, okay, we've finished the album. Now, which song gets the single?
Yeah.
So then it's like they all go, well, I want that one. Of course you do. It's
Yeah, well,
your
they
fucking
argued.
song.
They argued
Yeah,
the
yeah.
case
You
of
know what I
Bohemian
Do you
Rhapsody.
know? Well, it was the record label didn't want
Yeah,
it.
they didn't want
weren't
it because it was like fucking really long. I think
Yeah.
it's too long for radio play. How long is it? Like 6.5 minutes, 7
Something
minutes,
like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
it's too long for radio.
I'm in love with my car. Roger Taylor locked himself in a cupboard and wouldn't come out until they agreed to put it on the A side.
What's the fucking? I want to hold you like a
I'm
grease
down with
gun
that.
or something like that.
Dude, like,
Yeah,
honest to God,
something
the
like that.
best song on that album is about a guy that wants to fuck his car.
Yeah.
What? No, it is. It's, I want to hold you. I want to hold
with
you.
my
like-
hand on your grease
with
gun.
my hand
It's
on your-
like a disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
that's
in
all.
love with my car.
When the pistons are pumping.
Got a feel for my automobile.
I like my car, but I've never thought, you know what?
I would have fucked my old Peugeot 106.
I'd have fucked my Capri.
What's his name? Roger what?
At least
Roger Taylor?
grinds
Roger
on it.
Taylor felt very differently about
Yeah.
automobiles because he wanted to fuck it. He really, really.
But
wanted to
however,
fuck it.
Protect Your Neck or Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Just a flaw. I remember I went to get pizza once. This was after recording this podcast. It was like
Yeah.
October last year. And I was listening to Wu-Tang and I pulled up outside Bonds, like to get to the pizza place opposite. And my windows were down. And I had Wu-Tang Clan nothing to fuck with was on. And this guy, I got out, this guy was like, that's a fucking banger.
Yeah.
And I literally just went, Wu-Tang, motherfucker. Because
It's
you
like-
can.
Listen to
You might as
a
well.
Wu-Tang
Yeah,
album
man.
in your car. It's the interludes that
Yeah,
people
yeah.
look at you. Because
Yeah,
there's one
yeah.
on fucking 36 Chambers when they're on about fucking, I'm going to get a rusty screwdriver and stick it in your ass nice and slow.
Oh, it's Method Man, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Method Man, isn't it? That one.
Yeah,
It is,
yeah.
yeah.
There's a bit on Jurassic 5, Power in Numbers, which the interlude is just a little kid talking to him, and it's like, "You're recording a new album? It's like,
Oh, yeah.
I want to be on the album." And like you pull up at a red
Is
light,
that
and it's
just
just
before Concrete Schoolyard?
no, the Conquer Score is on Quality Control, I think.
Quality Control.
Oh, that's the one with just the J5 on the front end.
No, that's the one where they're all sitting under a tree or something like that.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, I want to be on the album. They're just talking to this little kid that they've obviously bumped into outside the studio or something. And like when you're pulling up at red lights with that, like you're banging hip hop, and then you pull up to red lights, it's like, "Hey guys, I want to be on the album." And like fucking turn it down because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like some random
I'll tell you
kid
what,
talking.
if you like J5, you would like Ugly Duckling.
Is that Challenge 2 and as other thing? No.
No. They're a similar sort of band, rap group, I suppose, but they're up there with them. Like,
Nice, man.
give them a go. Really fucking
I
good. They're
fucking love
like
J5.
like funny hip hop as well, sort of thing.
I was listening to a podcast the other day and it was about how senses trigger memories, and the two senses that trigger memories the most are smell and sound.
Yeah,
So like, do you know when you like smell something and you
takes you back.
instantly
Yeah,
takes you
yeah, I've
somewhere,
had
but,
that before.
but like you don't know what the smell is. So it's just
yeah,
like,
yeah. You
Yeah.
couldn't like replicate it.
yeah, but like it smells like summer 20 years ago. Like,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
like something weird like
So
that.
I get that with coffee. If I've got a really good cup of coffee, it always takes me back to when I was in Italy
And you had a really good
and
cup
I
of
had a
coffee.
really good cup of coffee there, honestly. And it's just
I
takes me
still-
back to that moment.
When I was at UPS, one of the parcels, I literally was just throwing them around, and one came and moved it, and the smell took me back to be about 7 years old at someone's house with my family. I don't remember, and like the viewpoint of being a 7-year-old.
yeah.
And I remember like the floors, like the curtains, the
Oh, it's
texture and
mad,
things.
innit?
Only for about like 20 seconds. I remember remembering it,
But it's vivid.
yeah, like at that moment I was there again,
Yeah.
and I
It's
could
same-
not tell you what that smell was.
It's the same with music though. If I listen to that J5 album or the the self-titled one, I can imagine myself skating down the main road towards the skate park when I was like 14, because that's what I used to have on all the time. But like, you don't remember them memories without listening to it.
Yeah.
Like, I won't remember just skating on a random day listening to J5.
Yeah.
But if I listen to it, I'm there, like on my
Yeah,
fucking skate.
I
I
get
remember
that.
what I wrote on my grip tape. I remember I drew a little heartgram in fucking Tipex on my grip tape. I remember what shoes I was wearing. I remember fucking
Yeah.
everything.
I've met the members of J5 and they're fucking lovely people.
Yeah.
They're all
Mate, I
lovely people.
fucking love that group. It's so
Yeah.
good.
How do you feel about Tribe Quest?
Tribe Called Quest, yeah, fuck me.
Yeah,
They're
man.
fucking sick.
I got into them like last year.
Did you?
I'm gonna have to start listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, like,
Yeah.
It's like just like
that isn't even a
family-friendly
hip hop.
hip-hop.
It's good hip hop. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
the foundations of as well, man.
Yeah.
They're like cornerstones in that genre.
Fair play.
J5 is quite
Absolutely.
family friendly hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's
There's
any
no
swearing or
no,
anything.
not really.
No profanity.
It's just
as
great.
they
It's
say.
fucking great.
Like Will Smith doesn't swear because he's giving
Yeah.
upset his grandma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Biggest
Yeah.
dick in show business.
Is it? Come on. Ha ha. Woo, yeah. Ha ha.
That sounds like a
Big
fucking
Willie Smart. Ha ha.
you know, there's Mr. T in your pocket.
Wipe
He's the
your
president. I ain't
feet.
getting no playing
Oh,
for.
yeah, yeah.
That's you doing a Will Smith in your pocket.
A pocket Will Smith.
Yeah, yeah.
A pocket Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
I talking about hip hop, hip to the hop, hip to the hip.
Sound
hopper.
whiter if you could, please.
I don't think I can.
Talking about the hippity hop.
I was listening to the rapping the other day. Did you watch the last episode of
Yes.
Kanye? What did you think of it?
It made me miserable.
For what?
It was heartbreaking to see it. For why? Tell us for why, Alfie.
Tell me for why.
I loved for
I want
why.
to know for why.
I'll tell you for why. Do you remember last week he's like, I'll tell you for why.
Oh yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
who else says it makes me fucking cry.
Yeah, so the last episode is all encompassing of his career from post college dropout to Donda 1.
Sick.
I didn't
Jesus.
realise until yesterday that was his mum's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it covers the problem is he wasn't there for the recording of 808s and My Dad's Twisted Fantasy and Yeezus, so it's not documented.
What?
Yeah.
They're the best ones.
I know, like, literally, but there's no documentation of them all. Like, so literally just skates over and then he recorded
There's
this
a bit.
one, and
There's
then
a.
recorded
There's
this
a
one.
lot more of his kid growing up. The documentarian.
Oh yeah,
I was surprised. Yeah, didn't really like it. But there was one bit in the last episode that I thought was weak as fuck.
which bit?
There's a bit where Kanye West is sat with two real estate investors,
Yeah,
and the geezer who Kudu who's
Kudi.
filming it says that he started seeing a very different side of Kanye West that he didn't see before. So he saw it fit to turn the camera off.
yeah, I thought it was really good.
You thought that was
Which-
good?
No,
I thought it was,
because-
that's a friend.
From a friend perspective, yeah,
That's
but
a friend. That's a
because
friend.
he's making a documentary
Nah.
about him. It's like that's the shit that
Have you
people
seen the bit?
want to see.
No, but no, like, honestly, if you watch it, he's fully losing his shit, and like he's
Right.
having a manic episode, and that's a friend going, "This doesn't need to be recorded."
I don't know. I think it kind of like
But maybe it's just sycophants that
for-
want to
for-
see him as a breakdown.
I get
But that's
the-
what
for the reason of
involve.
the things he has done said. It's see him like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that, but
Because that's context to some stuff and shit he said that's
Yeah.
fucked up.
I suppose
you know what I mean?
no, it is.
It is to now, but I suppose at the time it was.
I still
not,
feel-
not
the problem
him
I
is-
don't
something
know
to
because
see.
at this point he had said about the thing about the slaves,
yeah.
and he'd
Oh.
said stuff about
Oh, is that the walk away?
abortions and
Yeah.
shit. Like he'd said all this,
But he was saying
before
slavery
this.
was a choice, essentially. That
Yeah,
was what his argument
didn't he
was.
say like they could just get up and
Yeah,
walk
yeah,
away
just walk
and
away.
stuff like that?
Yeah, but that's it. He'd said a lot of
Jesus.
controversy.
Has he ever spoke to any of his ancestors? Like,
Yeah, he does Ouija boards every Tuesday.
no, but you know, like, there's gonna.
I don't know how you want me to answer that.
No, but do you know what I mean? As in,
Yeah.
like, there's gonna be
Who's ancestor?
Fuck off. That doesn't even work. It does
there's gonna be
actually, yeah.
stories that
It
have
does.
obviously come through his family,
And Chester.
and he's gonna obviously been to school and learned, so he's gonna have known how difficult
Yeah.
that would have been.
Yeah, the thing is, the guy. Yeah, but you're saying this from a rational. This man is not right. You can tell in that
Yeah.
episode he's not. He listens to Tucker Carlson and goes, "I agree with everything he's saying."
Yeah.
If you know who Tucker Carlson is
Yeah,
and
nah,
you agree
fuck
with
that
him,
guy.
you're probably on the wrong side of things. Like if I ever got to the point where I was famous enough and said some shit, and Tucker Carlson was like, he raised some good points, I'd go, I need to get some help. Like genuinely.
Yeah.
I did think, okay, if you think like, yeah, that's a good friend, fair play. But then I think going on to make a documentary about him that's very like, if it gets to that point, I turn off kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then what's the point of the documentary?
No, I get that.
because it's showing
Supposed to
his
show
what he wants.
But I
to
do the
say.
thing, he still put it in there. Like, it's not like he avoided it entirely.
Yeah.
But I think the point of that part was almost in the same way someone needs to now. He
Was
needs
there
to,
an explanation as to what he was doing?
but the thing is, basically, Kanye invites him out and he actually says, like, I know Kanye West really well, but I've never met Yeezy.
Right.
Which is a really good sentiment, I felt, because it's kind
Yeah.
of like, I know the guy, but I don't know the character, and it's almost like he's
There was a
become
bit where
character.
he bumped into him and Kanye was pissed as
He
fuck
smashed.
and forgot his name 3 times.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's quite
Yeah,
bad.
and you can
Daddy.
see him getting really upset.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
by the second and third time, it's probably like, dude. And then he's kind of like breaks. He's like, no, look, I fucking love you. And
He keeps calling him Chike,
Who's
who's
the
the
other
guy
guy?
he works with.
Yeah. So there's 2 of them. There's like Hoodie and
Documentaries
Chike,
and,
yeah,
like,
who've done the documentary.
and music videos and stuff.
Yeah, and he keeps calling him Chike instead of calling him.
Cootie.
It's like calling the wrong Coen brothers. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And by the third time, it's like, no, dude, you know who I am. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
But he used that in one of his raps afterwards.
So when I walk down the street
Yeah,
and
I
everyone
did.
goes,
Yeah,
Alfie.
yeah, like, literally, yeah. But like kept saying it afterwards.
Yeah.
Aren't you one of the scooter kids?
To be fair, I get it a lot at work
Yeah, same.
with you.
I do get people who don't know you two when they're listening to the podcast. They're like, which one's Alfie and which one's Mitch?
Yeah.
Alfie's the fit one.
Alfie, Mitch.
That only, if you're a listener,
Actually,
that
hang on.
means
I'm the one that
fuck
can
all
grow
to you.
facial hair.
Wait. Mitch, say something.
Hello.
That's his voice. Alfie, say something.
Hello.
You should want to go deeper, didn't you?
But yeah, no, watching it, I would never watch that one again. I'd happily watch the first 2 again. I would never watch that third one
You know,
again.
I
It
am-
really
mate,
bummed me out. It
same.
really bummed me out.
See, I did want to check it out, and you were telling me about it when you were tattooing me,
Yeah.
and even if someone told me about it, I'd still check it out for myself.
Yeah.
But I trust your word enough that
Yeah.
I don't want to give it a go.
And
Watch the first 2.
I specifically
Just
told
first
him not to waste his time.
No, honestly, watch the first 2.
Yeah.
I can't agree.
Yeah, but I'm a Kanye fan, so and
I know,
you don't
yeah.
mind Kanye. So I think if you watch it, you might get more out of it than Jenk got out of it.
Possibly.
And
I
not
dunno.
only that, honestly, the thing for me was how inspiring it was. Which if you didn't get that at all, then maybe watch it for that side of it.
Okay.
Because I genuinely, the first 2 fucking pumped me the fuck up. Especially the second one. Like, the second one is epic. And the third, I think that's what's worse, is the first one's like the foreplay.
Yeah.
The second one's like straight up great fucking. And the third one, he just...
It's posting up.
It's not even posting up, he loses it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And he's like trying to thumb it back in the whole way through.
Yeah.
And it's just not happening. And it's just getting sadder and sadder the whole way through it. And you're
does,
literally, you're watching a guy who went from being the height, and because it doesn't show anything in between, it misses that period of about 10, 15 years
And
of when he was on top.
Yeah.
And just picks up with him again.
It goes to
Right.
the ends at about Kanye West got 3 kids.
4 now.
4 now.
Yeah.
By the end of, they only show him having 1 kid.
Yeah, North.
So like it's not up to date
No, it's not.
at all.
It basically
Which is what I thought it was going to be.
I thought
if
it would
I'm
be
honest.
and should be.
Yeah. Because
I'm not
like,
sure-
a lot of the stuff that's going on
so much going on
right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I do feel like in the same way someone needs to take his phone out of his hand now.
I think they have.
That was Cuddy kind of like
Yeah.
turning the camera off.
Right.
You know what I
right,
mean?
Yeah.
It's like someone now needs to go to him like, nope, you're on
Yeah.
a phone ban.
Stop
Like they have with
that.
Bam. It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cuddy, Kid Cuddy.
No,
No,
sorry,
Cudi.
Cuddy.
I was gonna fucking
Kid
say.
Cudi's in it.
Kid Cudi's
Cudi's
in it, yeah.
quite a bit. Yeah. Well.
There's a bit about kids for ghosts.
Banging album.
It's fucking phenomenal. And like Pablo, there's a lot about Pablo in there as
Yeah.
well. So it kind of
That's
picks
what I was
up
thinking.
there.
Yeah, so it'd be Pablo. Did it go to like Jesus is King?
Yeah,
That's whack. That album is.
I don't mind it.
Shit.
Sailor especially is good. but-
Yeah, that was very strange.
That it is a weird
Well,
album.
that was
I
when
didn't
kind of
know
like-
anything about
Kid
that.
Cudi
That
do
was like,
Pursuit
what
of
happened?
Happiness.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm on the pursuit of happiness, and I know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't
I'm not
fucking
sure.
know. I only know this Kid Cudi stuff that he's done with Kanye because everything else he's done is a bit of shit.
Yeah. But there's kind of like it was almost like when he lost black people. When black people like, you know what, you've gone too far.
But yeah.
He came back with Jesus King.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's shit though. I really didn't like
The
Jesus
thing
King.
is, I don't think it's shit. It's just not a good Kanye album. Because you don't like gospel music, so you're gonna be like, it's not good because that's essentially what it is. It's a gospel
No, I
album.
do like gospel. I like gospel,
Right.
but it's like
Sorry, I didn't put words in your mouth.
No, I
You're
like
a massive gospel fan.
No, I'm not a massive gospel fan, but I can throw down a bit of gospel. But it's just like fucking Kanye West fucking gospel,
I
innit?
get it. I think the thing is for me, it's not that it's a bad album. It's just not the kind of music I listen to. That's what I
Yeah,
struggle with
maybe.
it. You know
That's
what
why
I
I
mean?
fucking love
I
Jesus.
think it's a bit of a strange thing because I'm sure as fuck that he thinks that he could literally, if he wanted to do a black metal album, it would be the best black metal.
Yeah,
album
but
in the
that's
world.
fucking what Lil Wayne tried to do, innit?
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Started to do all that rock shit. Had that fucking guitar, and then just played a chord.
Yeah, but remember Christopher
what's
Lee
that,
did it as well.
dude?
Christopher Lee did a fucking black metal album.
That slaps.
He's
though.
done He's done
I
loads.
liked it.
But I'm
Yeah.
like, everyone. Yeah, but I'm like, just because it's Christopher Lee doesn't mean like he should do black metal.
No one said
No,
that.
but it was good. Though.
Was it good?
Yeah.
I didn't
I've
listen
never
to
heard
it.
it.
I mean,
I've
like,
heard a few
obviously the
songs.
band carries it with the sound, but it's just he's not really singing. He's doing a shout.
No shit.
Like he's talking.
No
Yeah,
shit.
but you thought he could have.
Exactly, there's
Maybe.
like fucking gnarly, throaty kind of like growls. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
but full guttural.
It's fucking.
And he was like
it's
80,000
Christopher Lee.
years
You,
old.
you never know. He
I
could
don't
put it
give a
out. He's a
fuck about
fucking
Christopher
fantastic
Lee.
actor. He's done a lot.
Christopher
of
Lee's a
shit.
badass.
He's all right.
Yeah.
He's all
Was.
right.
Mate, it's fucking Count Dooku, was Scaramanga,
No one gives a
Dracula,
fuck.
He
Dracula.
killed fucking Nazis.
Yeah.
Was.
Was.
Sorry.
My
R.I.P.
man's dead
Yeah, he's dead as fuck.
as fuck. To be fair, he's been dead for a year or so.
No amount of playing Dracula would bring it up. I mean, when you're dead, you're pretty much dead. You're
are
done.
pretty
You
much
know what I
dead.
mean?
That is what happens when you die.
Or
So-
he's just living with Elvis somewhere.
Yeah,
Abducted by
and
aliens.
Tupac.
Yeah, yeah.
In like Cuba.
Saying Hitler.
Yeah, apparently Hitler's still alive in like Cuba with
The
partying
thing
with
is,
Tupac.
nah, here's the argument. Even if he was still alive, he ain't gonna be now. That was like 60 odd years ago.
Yeah, but like he's obviously had some fucking.
Like, because that's the thing, people still think Elvis is
Adrenochrome or
alive
whatever
now,
it's
but
called.
Elvis died when he was, what, 33 in 1977. Motherfucker's gonna be dead now.
Nah.
What?
He's got
how
kid's
old
blood
did he-
running through his veins.
Is that what?
He's got kid blood running through his veins,
True.
isn't it?
Who's as old as Elvis now?
Now?
Do you reckon? Yeah. So if Elvis 33 and 77, how old will he be now? By the way, welcome to
That was 45
the week with
years ago.
Kanye West.
So if he died at 33, he'd be 78 now.
Yeah, that's an alright age.
He
isn't
could
it?
Yeah.
still be alive,
Yeah,
yeah.
he could be.
Yeah.
No, wouldn't it be 88?
Yeah, I thought it was 8.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he'd
but
still
like
be
American
alive.
lifespans
If you had
are like
that, if you had
60,
that
aren't
kind
they?
of money,
If you're from Las Vegas, then you're gonna die at about 50 anyway. So like,
That's fair.
yeah.
he'd be dead.
Yeah, it'd be
He was a fat bastard back when he
Yeah,
died.
only-
The
yeah.
amount of coke he was doing and burgers. he was
like,
eating.
literally, only for the last like 18 months of his life was he Fat Elvis.
See, that's the thing, innit? And that's what it was most known for.
Remember before, yeah.
And yeah, it wasn't that.
If
big
you
of a
watch when he
period of
started
life.
his residency at Vegas, he was still kung fu fighting.
Yeah, he was like
skinny,
he was in the army. wasn't
weird
he?
Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was-
'cause he
yeah.
served. Yeah.
It was I think at the same base as Johnny Cash, really.
I don't know.
That's cool if he was.
I mean, is it though? Because essentially, he still won like.
No, but Hendrix is in the army though.
No, but he
yeah, but now Hendrix left.
he got
Well,
enlisted though.
Hendrix got kicked out
Yeah,
of the army
yeah.
because he slept with his guitar.
Yeah.
Fucking Elvis got enlisted though.
Well, there's loads of people. Yeah, but
Yeah,
loads
no
of people
choice to
did.
do.
Like Muhammad Ali didn't serve. Sun Ra didn't serve.
Yeah, but can't you get arrested for that shit?
Yeah, they tried.
I did that.
With Sun Ra, especially when Sun Ra got enlisted, he's like a jazz musician as well.
Yeah.
And they enlisted him. He was like, "Nah, fuck, it's not my war."
I think Johnny Cash got enlisted.
And
as
he
well.
literally said he was that scared of being sexually abused in the army. That was his reason.
Yeah.
And then they had a psychological evaluation on him. They were like, "Yeah, that guy's crazy." He's like, "But he's a genius." He's like, he's very well educated, but he's also on this like the fringes of psychopathy. Is that the word?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What is it? A savant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then eventually they kind of like they kept moving him around. He never eventually served though. He left as a conscientious objector. Is that the right term for that as well?
Let's go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, he was like, "I'm not fighting your war." And Ali, especially, Ali was very outspoken about it. He was like, "Why am I going to go and fight a white man's war and kill people who
Yeah.
I don't know?"
Well, that's just fucking armies anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let me get to know him, and I'll punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Have a chat first. He was a prick.
Yeah.
I'll smack him.
Yeah, yeah.
If he's all right, like, "Nah, you're good."
Stick us in a ring.
Would you? If you,
But I want a fucking
if you
belt
ever
at
got
the
to
end
the
of it.
point, if like shit, let's not go on about this one, but any other one, if things kicked off to the point where we were being enlisted,
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
you serve?
No.
I don't know.
Depends who's on the front line. If there's someone funny, I'll be like, yeah, all right.
If it was like you and James Acaster, you'd be
Nah,
like,
fuck
"Yeah,
James
sound."
Acaster because I need someone that's like wham as fuck and it's got to
Alright.
fight because James Acaster's built like me.
And the thing if I got enrolled or enlisted whatever into it, they'd probably only give me an office job anyway because I've got so much
Admin.
metal in my leg
Admin.
that I can't physically run. So imagine they're like, right, everyone run across the battlefield and there's me dragging my fucking leg.
If the boys were there, it'd be quite
Yeah.
fun to be
Nah,
fair.
fuck. I would have go to war. I'd
Mate,
do
if all of
prison
us were
time
there,
over war.
mate.
Cool, go.
No, it'd be bants.
Mate, what happened when you all went to Wetherspoons? Did I come or did I leave?
You left.
So do you think I'm going to go to war because you're all there with the bands?
Desertion from Spoons.
If I ain't going to Spoons, I ain't going to fucking war.
No, just sit in a bunker and do a podcast.
Nah, sound
Do a podcast.
live from the bunker. Fucking grenades
morning,
going
Vietnam.
off. Like water fucking grenades at you.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Fucking hell, man.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
You know what? In that case, I'll come out. I'll do the recordings. I'll bail again. I'll be the medic. I'll be like, what's that film with Andrew Garfield in?
Hacksaw Ridge.
That's a fucking sick film. I'll be that guy. I ain't gonna shoot anyone. Don't give me no guns. I'll just come in and run motherfuckers out.
No, yeah, for real though. If they did get enlisted, I'd fuck no. I'm going straight to the.
Well,
woods.
the thing is, right, regardless of whether you are shooting somebody because he's got a gun at you, you are still killing somebody. It is murder.
Yeah, I ain't got it in me to do it.
Well, no, 100%. I haven't. No, fuck no.
Especially with no front. Like, if you ain't done nothing, I ain't say I couldn't kill a motherfucker.
The thing is, a lot of the people that you're fighting have probably been told the same bullshit
That's
you've
what I'm
been
saying,
told,
it's just-
and they ain't got a fucking.
Yeah.
All they're told is they're bad, kill them.
Yeah.
Well, you think I'm fighting for a guy named Boris as well? Fuck
Yeah,
that.
believe.
You ever
Believe.
seen the Mitchell and Webb?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
see-
it was like, are we the baddies?
Are we the baddies?
Yeah.
Because they've got
Is that the
skulls on
Nazi
their
one?
hats.
Yeah.
Are we the baddies?
Someone put a thing out tweet saying a tweet today saying that when did the UK become the bad guys? And I'm like, look through history. When weren't we the bad guys?
Yeah.
Like pick any
Too
any year. There's only 22 countries in the world we haven't invaded yet.
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 Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Which-
we ain't the good guys.
Would have been done
And I
sooner
say
if we
we-
were still the empire.
I say we. I definitely mean you white people.
Mm.
Don't be looking at me in this
You are a
conversation.
racist motherfucker.
Just pointing out affirmative action.
Nah. Anyway,
I feel attacked.
can I go into my topic?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I haven't got my phone with me today, so
The
I can't really
orange
look anything up.
button.
Do you
This
want to use mine?
Yep.
No, it's alright.
Come on now, Alf. Come on, lad. Alf, come on, don't cry, mate. Remember recording
Alfie
that
segment. Alfie segment.
Every segment.
These jingles got really weird.
That was really hard to
They went from like a here's the Stones, here's Pearl Jam, here's black metal to a crying baby.
Yeah, I wanted to keep it fresh. You know what I mean?
You're keeping it something.
I know, yeah.
That did make me think of Francis Bean on. Have you heard With the Lights Out, the box set? The
No.
Nirvana one. There's loads of like
No.
raw like recordings on there, and there's loads where she's just crying in the background.
This isn't my segment, but the other day I went record shopping and I bought Kurt Cobain's journal, like all of his journals in one.
I still don't think they should have been published.
Well, I bought it and it was tenner. So
Where from? I want to get it.
no, I bought it second hand from Record Shop.
Oh, right.
Is that what the film Montage of Heck was based
All of the
about?
drawings in that
Yeah,
are all from his
yeah.
journal, but it's
Yeah.
literally from front page to back until like they had the suicide note in there, but
Yeah.
up until that point, it's just page to page, just scanned. It's copied of his
Oh,
journal,
yeah.
okay.
and it's really fucking heartbreaking reading
Yeah.
it. But
I read it when it came out.
it's a nice thing to have. Do you know what I mean? A bit of memorabilia. Anyway,
Segment.
do you know who Tracey Emin is?
Yes. She did the artwork, which was My Bed.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think.
Was it just a bed?
Yeah, it was on My Bed.
So I think it's gone up for sale, or
Yeah,
someone's
wow.
bought it recently.
The bed?
The bed.
Yeah.
That's
was
her
it-
most famous piece. She used to write
it's
an
like a really messy.
Yeah, it's an
bedroom.
unmade bed.
Yeah.
But there's
Okay.
like dirty laundry. There's like condoms
Food
and shit on
and-
there.
yeah,
food
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not a
rubbish.
painting. It's literally
There's
an unmade
literally
bed.
a
Because
bed.
you
sculpture,
bought it
it's a
because it
sculpture.
came free with Kurt Cobain's
It's
journals.
I love
it's
Tracey Emin.
supposed to basically reflect the bedroom of somebody who's depressed and stuck in their room,
Yeah.
and it's like an unmade bed, a
There's
dirty
representation
bedroom
of-
of a fucked up mind.
Yeah.
But
a dirty mind.
I had
Not
two
dirty,
questions
messed
about
up
it.
mind.
First of all, who the fuck's buying that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You fucking weird cunt. Where are you putting an unmade bed? Just get out of bed. Don't make it.
Now,
You've got
wait.
it.
Let's
Yeah.
just clarify. This isn't an unmade bed in terms of, like, it's in a museum. It's in like.
Yeah, but if you buy it, do you just own it, own the right to it, and it'll stay in a museum, or do you have
Can
it
you
in your
make
living room?
it? Can you
So-
make it?
No.
Yeah, easy.
No.
What
It's
they have to
yours.
do,
You own
No. No, you can't. Right.
You can't- you can't make
No,
it.
you couldn't.
You couldn't remake
Well,
it.
couldn't
because-
you?
Because, okay, in the same way, could you paint a Basquiat? Could you paint a Jackson
Oh, no,
Pollock?
no,
Yeah,
no, no.
the-
No,
no, no,
about
I
if
mean-
you buy it.
Oh, can you make the
you
bed?
make the
Can you
bed?
make the bed?
Oh, no. I mean, you could.
Well, you can do whatever the
that's
fuck
what
you
I mean,
want.
you could.
You
Yeah, yeah.
do whatever the fuck you want with
You
it.
can sleep in it.
You can just go on here and buy a new bed. Why do you need
Yeah.
Tracey Emin's unmade one? Anyway,
yeah,
this is all.
Okay.
It's
well,
artsy bragging, isn't it?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
artsy
No, it's not.
bragging.
I do have an
No, it
artsy
is.
head
Like,
on
if,
me.
if someone was like, I've bought.
It's all right. But she didn't do that. Someone's put value in it by buying
But
it.
No,
I
of
bet
course,
you though,
no,
she'll
yeah,
probably
I'm not
say
saying-
you can buy it under the condition of it stays in a museum,
So who the
I
fuck
don't know if
wants
she
that?
would.
No, I think.
Because
no,
it's
but where
like
are you putting
NFTs,
it?
isn't it? It's the fucking.
But the thing with most pieces
Bragging
of
that you
art,
got
like,
it.
for example, if you get to any museum, that art's owned by someone.
Yeah.
hang
They
on.
lend it out to
I'm
museums.
not. I wasn't saying she's artsy bragging.
Right, okay, you're
I'm
saying
saying the person that bought it.
Yeah.
It's artsy bragging.
That's true with anyone who buys art, though, really.
100%.
definitely,
100% is.
definitely.
Like,
A lot of art is
I
owned by
think-
people in suits that got more money than sense just to say they own a fucking Monet or some
I'm pretty
shit.
sure. I know Basquiat was his art sold for it was like 121 million, and a Japanese collector bought it, and I think his artwork was the most expensive
Yeah.
in the world. I don't know if it still is now. But even again, Basquiat started off as such a kind of like junky New York street artist.
Yeah.
Then Andy Warhol kind of like met him. They worked together, and it's taken years and years since he died for him to become what he is now. And like in some kind of monster, Lars Ulrich is sat there behind a Basquiat painting.
yeah, he is. Yeah.
And that's one of those things where those people are like, oh, and my kid could do that. It's like, cool, go get your kid to do it then.
Yeah, yeah. 100%.
Oh, wait,
Well,
they
it's kind of
can't.
Jackson Pollock,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
it? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but my point was, right, someone's bought it, like, whatever they put monetary value on it, and it's
Yeah.
now owned by someone, whether it's in a museum or in someone's living room or
Yeah.
what, who
You might
knows.
know this.
But, do you not think it's bullshit?
No.
Why?
Because that's like with any form of art, with music, with cinema, with
No,
literature.
but I think personally, just because she had a name already.
That gave her the name.
No, it didn't. She
It
did
did.
art for years
Yes,
before
she
that.
did. I must say it was the
Yeah, but
first piece.
it was the one that made her.
That's the one that made her.
yeah, it's
that
the
was
most
her-
known, isn't
It's
it?
her Mona Lisa, you know what I mean?
100%.
It's
It's
her
just
Starry Night.
fucking whack, innit? I
Who-
don't get it.
Who
I
is
think
the
it-
artist that it's the artist is present? I think she was French, Belgium lady, maybe
I'm
German.
not sure.
She's Eastern European,
Yeah.
long dark hair, and she did this thing. It was called the artist is present.
Is that when people came and sat with her?
yeah,
And then
Sat
her,
up-
Oh, and they like
Her-
fucked her and
no,
like, abused her. and that.
no,
No.
they had. She did do stuff like that.
This is when her ex came, and she hadn't seen him for like 30 years.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
one of her
yeah.
old lovers. Like, she wouldn't talk to anyone.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
the one. you're
And they're
on
like
about.
proper cry. It was like a really, I can't remember what her
Yeah.
name is because she's wearing a red dress in it. Isn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah. Did you see it?
I've not
I
heard of
watched
that.
a documentary about it. It's a very good documentary. It was good, even though I can't remember a fucking name. That's just my brain. But I don't know why I went brain then. Like, I'm just fucking
That's my
collecting
brain.
speech impediments. So I've got the stutter, I've got the soft R's, but yeah. And this guy came and sat, and he was like a very artsy.
Marina Abramovich.
There we go.
Never heard of it.
That one, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
idea. So not French at all with the name on. But so this guy sat up with her, and he was like obviously like a very artsy student from New York, and he put a mask on, and she just looked away, and he was just disgusted, and I was just like, you prick.
Yeah, that was when her ex turned up,
Yeah, and she
Yeah,
used to
okay.
do art with him.
Yeah, yeah.
They were like a
and
kind
she
of,
hadn't seen the Lost Touch like fucking decades ago.
She,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's this piece or something else that she did where you could like go
Yeah,
in
you
and
can go and
spend
hit her with
15
stuff.
minutes.
That
there
was,
was, there was like,
that
a,
was
there
Shia
was
LaBeouf.
like a table of stuff.
Shia LaBeouf did that. Shia
don't know-
LaBeouf did
I
it
don't
with
know
a
if
mask on. Had a bag over his head saying, "I'm not famous anymore," and a woman raped him.
That's probably what I'm
Jesus
thinking
Christ.
about then. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but she did that. What was her name again? Sorry.
Marina Abramovich.
She did stuff
Oh, like
very
that as well.
similar,
Right,
like
okay.
in her
Mad,
earlier
mad.
career.
Right. Okay.
She did stuff like where she was stood in a room. I think she was stark bollock naked, but people could like there
Oh,
was
go
like
touch her
a
and shit.
table
Yeah.
full of like hammers, fucking tacks, and they
Oh
could
yeah,
push
no,
it
I do
down.
remember hearing about this.
Yeah, yeah, and
I didn't know it was the same
could,
woman.
they could like fucking put fucking barbed wire on the floor
know
and
what?
make her roll over it. And
I
shit
have
like
heard about that actually.
Yeah.
On an art podcast, and I think the idea was about that was to see how far
People would go
if
allowed.
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
mad that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
And then the whole thing is, it's like, I'm like her being the artist in that. It was like, I'm not the one that's doing it.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And they're contributing to the art just as much as she is, but everything that's being done is down to them.
Well, if anything, they're the artist. She's the canvas.
I'd have made her a
Yeah.
coffee.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You'd go
I'd have took
give
her
her
a
a hug.
beer.
That still would have counted
Yeah.
towards it, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
the compassion behind
Yeah.
Yeah,
the-
yeah, yeah.
fucking
There's that thing
brutalism
in.
that
This is a
does come down to
completely
it.
random example, but it's in the movie Palm Springs.
no.
No.
So it's about being in an infinite time loop, and there's a bit in that when like the girl character in it is like, we can do anything we want, and Andy Samberg plays the guy in it. It's like, yeah, but we know what we're doing. So you can go on a mad killing
Yeah.
spree because the day resets every day, right? So
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
like
the same day every day.
Happy Death Day.
Grand-
Yeah. So same kind
Yeah.
of
It's just a
principle.
rip off of Palm Springs.
Yeah.
There's,
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is a rip off of Groundhog Day essentially.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
So.
There's this one artist. He went to prison for robbery, and whilst he was in prison, he got into art, and he had loads of like. He wrote letters to loads of different artists to kind of like teach him how to draw, paint, and get an understanding on it. And when he came out, he wanted to start doing exhibitions. And one of these exhibitions he said he'll get people to bring in whether it's a canvas or a sculpture, and he'll destroy it and see if that changes the effect of its value, whether it'll go up or go down. And this one lady, she had basically made like a bust of her
I'd love
tits,
it like
basically.
physically destroy it.
Yeah.
Or just stand there and be like, that's fucking shit. That's really
That's
shit.
incredible.
Derivative.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Did you do that with your fucking feet,
Yeah.
mate? Because that's wank.
If someone painted something with their feet, it'd be fucking worth a lot.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah,
Well,
no,
if it's
yeah.
good enough.
No, but I thought
But,
like just this one
oh,
guy
yeah,
just being an asshole.
Yeah.
No. Well, basically,
I like
he,
that. I'm down with
so
that.
one of his friends had made like a sculpture of her boobs, basically. And he was like, all right, well, I'm just going to destroy it. And what he wanted to do with it was to get into the mind of an abuser
He did what?
and
The
destroy it that
bastard.
way. So
Destroy the tits.
he would get like cigarettes, put the cigarettes out on it, get a hammer and smack it, and like as an abuser
Yeah.
would.
What were they made of?
It was made of clay, I think.
Okay.
It
Was
sold,
it
sold
hardened
for,
clay?
Sold for nothing. I'd assume so.
Okay.
So it was completely, fucking cracked and whatnot. Like had like stained, like burnt bits.
I
on
mean,
it
I
from,
don't
like,
wanna
So
say-
how
I-
much was
I
it
don't-
valued at first?
I can't remember.
Was it did it
but
get down in value afterwards or?
I don't
It
want
just
to.
did not sell
Oh, at all.
at all.
I
Right?
don't want to say
Because of
some
the
weird
connotation
shit.
with abuse.
But after he had to have counselling because of putting himself into that headspace to do
Right.
that, fucked him up.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
mad.
Or
though.
like, if he hit, like, if they were hardened clay, he hit. If he hit it with a hammer and it smashed completely, I think. I mean, abuse is bad, but any abuser hitting a woman and she's smashed,
Yeah.
You have further questions?
that'd
Yeah.
be pretty
If her boobs
fucked up.
just shattered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the difference being, with it being clay, it's got to be enough to make a dent.
Yeah.
When if you
Yeah.
just slap a bit of clay, it's not
Yeah,
going to make
yeah.
a dent.
Yeah,
is it?
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
going to make a mark.
But yeah, going back to Tracey Emin, I understand why people think it's because I remember I used to read. She used to do an article in the Independent in the early 2000s. I used to read the Independent like every day. I used to love her article.
Yeah.
And kind of like do respect her quite a lot as an
make-
artist.
I respect her as an artist,
I think she's a fantastic fucking
but
artist.
I just don't like that piece really, and I just think it's a bit lazy.
I
Yeah.
think the thing is that
But
was the point of
what
the
her-
piece. Though.
what-
100%. The fact that you think that, whether it's a good thing or not, the piece has still made you think. You've still gone away from looking at it,
Yeah,
thinking
okay,
a certain thing towards
I
it, and that's the
understand that.
reaction it wants.
I understand that, but then there's also the
Imagine the one guy who went to go see it and be like, "What does it make you think?" He's like, "I forgot to make the bed." Just straight up, like,
But it's like
fuck.
Yeah, but this, I don't, do you not
the
think
bed
that's
is a
like
physical
I don't think
representation to how she was feeling at the time and
I
how
don't
I
it
don't
think
know
of
if it's
it
like
as
a
cats.
bullshit way of thinking though, because we've had this conversation
I think
before where
You'll
it's
have
like,
to put a picture up of
I'm
it for
going to
people
show
to-
Jenk it for context.
I've seen an unmade bed pretty much every day, dude. Like, what other pieces did she make?
She's done one where
Something I might have seen. It looked familiar to be fair. Hang
So
on,
that's
no, there's no Guinness cans next to it.
I think
It's not
That's the
mine.
problem.
the one thing that's got a lot of skill behind it is obviously that has to be taken apart to go to another museum.
Yeah.
So they have to put it back
Yeah.
exactly the way
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
intended,
yeah.
which is a lot of skill behind that.
I don't
Yeah.
know,
But
man.
another piece she's done. I don't know
Well,
whether
it's a lot of attention to
I don't know
detail,
if it's
isn't it?
a wall or something, but she's basically written down every person she's ever slept with.
Yeah,
She's
Yeah.
written their name down, and I don't get the idea behind it as to why. But that's a fucking another famous one she's done.
Yeah,
I don't-
oh, fair play.
I just think that she's laughing at everyone, which is cool. Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
Get that bag.
Yeah, I
sis,
mean,
but,
like, a whole wall, a piece of paper would suffice. Get yourself a jotter.
I just
a
mean,
jotter.
I think people like Jackson. I don't know if I'm just not fucking art.
Okay,
Driven.
so context. My bed has to be perceived in the context of Emin's background, especially the fact that she was sexually assaulted at the age of 13. 5 years later, the artist became pregnant and had an abortion. 2 critical traumas, which framed her practice in the realm of confession.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's
more bed making jokes seem a bit shit. Man, don't they?
I think she got really fucking ill at one point and almost died as well.
yeah.
I don't know about it, and I don't know if that's just me just being an ignorant little.
It's worth 2.5.
But the whole point in that kind of art is to make you look into it more.
In 2014, it was worth 2.5 million.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm there with you, dude.
I feel like Jackson Pollock. I get it, and I get that if you want to look into something, then you can. Anyone can. But I just think that him and Tracey Emin, especially with his bed. Yeah. I think that they're sitting back on their fucking mound of money laughing at everyone.
I don't think that's what it is.
I think.
Do you not?
I think they take themselves very. I think especially.
I think they take themselves very seriously.
Jackson Pollock definitely takes themselves seriously.
Yeah, Jackson Pollock.
And
really
I can see why it is considered art, but
yeah,
I think I agree with you.
You can argue it's lazy art
and say
I don't think it's lazy art.
No, so you can argue.
Because for example, like my pattern did adult themes for voice, which is like 30 tracks of noise. It is noise, right?
Yeah.
It's purely self-indulgent bullshit.
Yeah.
I've listened to that album more than once because it's my pattern.
Yeah.
If you told me anybody else had made that, if fucking Ronnie James Dio had made that, I'm never listening to it. And if I listen to it, I'd be like, it's shit.
This is going back to Queen because A Night at the Opera is self-indulgent bullshit.
Yeah. But the thing is,
it's self-indulgent to the point that any Queen fan, I said it's shit. It's not shit. In my opinion, it's shit.
Yeah.
Because it fucking blows. Actually.
Sorry, but in my opinion, it's shit because it blows.
Because it blows.
For context of how art, whether it's musical or painting and such, makes people think, there was one canvas that Jackson Pollock did, complete black canvas, and there was a tiny red dot on it.
No, it was I told the story before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think you have. Yeah, and everyone's looking at it.
Saying, what does it mean? And he was like, oh, that must have got on there from that one.
Yeah.
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 But it's still with that little significant thing.
Yeah.
People are looking at it like, what the fuck could it mean?
No, but you not feel like just pretentious little red wine drinking cunts that
do you know what I'd have done?
Because there's a geezer that went to an art gallery and put his glasses on the floor that didn't even have a piece.
Oh yeah.
Put his glasses on the floor and everyone was just around it like, whoa, what the fuck does that mean?
I would.
I think some guy just picks him up and is like, jokes on you.
I think that shows how much people are trying to find something within art.
Yeah, which I think are the people that this Tracey Emin's bed attracts, and I think it's people just trying to seem. But I don't know.
With a lot of art,
because I listen to noise in it and I like it.
People trying to perceive art without knowing the artist. Like people look at a lot of Van Gogh work and they're like, well, because it's used this colour and something like that must mean a certain thing of him. And it's like, you can't make that assumption without knowing him too well. Like, yeah, he was a very depressed artist, but like his favourite colour was yellow, and people are like, well, yellow means happiness. It's like, not necessarily. His favourite colour was yellow.
It means danger, wasps.
Yeah, it means danger, wasps.
Yeah, he was just fucking hated wasps.
Do you know what I'd do if you know the big black canvas with the red dot in it?
Yeah.
If someone was like really like kind of deliberating what it meant, I'd just walk up to them and go, fucking hell. It seems like the sniper's fallen asleep. And just see if they're like just looking up to see if there's a geezer go.
There is some fucking stupid. There's one where this one artist got a room, it's all sealed off, and just filled it up with oil. And the room, that was it. It was just a
bullshit.
Bullshit. Okay, here's the thing. It's both. It's art and it's bullshit.
It's bullshit. No, but I can't say it's bullshit because I listen to horrendous music that none of you would like.
You're not wrong, but that's the point of art.
Yeah,
and it is.
It's
both.
Yeah,
it can be both.
True.
That you know when you did your first podcast of the Wolfing Witch Massacre, and when the wax melted, and it's got that Cthulhu looking sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's art. Accidental art.
What? It's in the bin.
But it's still art.
Well,
you fuck.
That could be worth a fortune.
Mate,
honestly,
what's mad about this?
You could take that to a fucking gallery,
yeah,
and people would look at it and be like, what do these squiggles mean?
Yeah,
what
little pretentious dickheads would look at it.
But he could make fucking money off it though.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, and that's what
wrong.
Jackson Pollock is doing.
You're not wrong. There's plenty of pieces of art which are valued at like insane amount of money, and I'm like, that's shit. Like that is shit.
And the artist knows that it's shit.
But I don't agree with.
Yeah, they do. Jackson Pollock is not sitting there going, yes, he's sitting there going, look at all them knobheads buying
I don't think he is.
See, this is what I don't like digital art, and I don't shit on digital art at all. Because I'm not saying it's easy, because I can't fucking do it.
It'd be quite hard. You'd have to download it, print it off, shit on it.
Only because...
Laminate it.
Fuck me.
It'd be a long walk for a short drink of water.
It really would, yeah.
But with digital art, it's something that, even though the original, like an NFT works, I suppose, the original is always going to be the first one you've made, but you can always print out another one, and you've got multiple things of that art.
I'm going to real-time piss.
Whereas when... For example, you paint on a canvas and such, you've got that's original. And if I go to paint that again, it's never going to be the same.
I get that, but I think the thing is, it's kind of like...
I mean, I'm not shitting on digital art.
You are a little bit.
I just don't like it personally.
No, I get it, but I think the thing is, it's it's art of its era.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
100%. It's
in the
modern
same
art,
way, what Basquiat did and what Pollock did 300 years ago would have been like, what the fuck is that? Even at that time, people were saying, what the fuck is that?
100%, yeah.
And I think digital art, yes, I think it's pointless. NFTs especially are dumb. If you buy
NFTs
one,
are, yeah.
you're dumb.
No, I don't shouldn't, because the majority of everything that's modern now is by digital art.
When I say it's dumb, NFTs especially, it's because the fact that you can white save and click it just defeats its value.
But people are making a lot of money off them, so
They are.
Fair play if you're just playing the system, which I think Jackson Pollock's doing, playing the system.
I think Pollock believes in his work.
You can believe in your work, but then you can also know your fucking fan base, and you can also.
But then it's like, how far do you take artwork? Like, to what point to think, okay, this is good, people are going to like it? And you've got people like fucking, what's his name, Damien Hirst. Damien Hirst. He's got a fucking
question.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, shit.
He's got a cow cut in half.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the shitty thing behind that is, it wasn't like the cow was dead, let's cut it. It's like he picked a cow, he paid for a cow to be killed, cut in half.
What's the difference between that? That cow's more valuable than any cow that you've eaten. Not you've eaten, but people eat.
But then it's like,
or used for leather.
What's the art behind it? What's the point of the art behind it?
You're questioning it. Isn't that the art behind it?
Rich white people doing rich white people shit.
100%. Yeah, you're questioning as to why.
Is it why is it better than anything?
I'm not saying I agree with it.
Yeah, but
I think why would it be
in terms of
more interesting or better or more valuable than anything you could find in a museum dedicated to
100%? Like,
true, completely.
Unapologetically, there's no skill behind that.
Yeah, no. Neither Jackson Pollock.
No, because the vision is the skill behind it.
Okay, right. So you're telling me if I get a cow on tick and say, dude, if I fucking cut this in half and sell it.
When are you paying for it?
Let's hear me out. I'll cut this cow in half and sell it, yeah? No one's buying it because who the fuck am I? But Damien Hirst does it, everyone buys it.
Yeah, okay, but in the same way that my pattern couldn't have released Adult Themes of Voices, his first album.
No, he couldn't, but I listen to artists that are pure noise and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think the thing is, one example of this is, when you listen to an album that's got like bangers on it, and there's a lot of filler on there. Like, if you as an artist are recording a 10-track album and 3 of them are fantastic and the rest of them are just there to fill the album out, and you know that, and is that the best work you've done? No. But it's on the album because I needed 10 tracks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think a lot
running
of art,
time.
Yeah, I think a lot of art is that. I think a lot of art is it's not my best piece.
Yeah.
But I need something to tie me over and pay my bills to get to the point where I can do that. It's like even with directors will do, a passion piece and then 3 blockbusters.
Yeah.
I mean, in all fairness to Damien Hirst, when he started doing that shit, he was already an established person.
Yeah.
You have to be.
You do have to be.
Proper.
You have to earn the right to do shit.
Yeah.
You couldn't just be a brand new artist to the scene with a fucking cow cutting off.
Saying that
like,
though,
what the fuck are you doing?
Have you seen the piece that's it's an arm that's leaking oil and it has to scoop up all the oil?
The robot arm.
It's a robot arm.
Yeah,
it's a robot arm that's leaking oil and it has to scoop the oil up, and if the oil spills then the robot dies.
Oh.
But the whole robot is programmed to just scoop up its own blood and put it back into itself.
It's never going to perfectly scoop it all up.
Yeah.
And it's the whole idea behind people working themselves to death to never be fully satisfied.
Right, so it scoops it enough to be able to sustain scooping it.
But
it
also, when it can't really clear it up that much, there's an end to the story as well. When it can't really clear it up, it has like spasms and shit and gets angry. Yeah. And it died a few years ago. It couldn't scoop it up and it died.
And they haven't brought it back to life. It's just dead now.
It's just dead. That was the point of the beast. But what it is when you watch it, you get really emotionally attached to it and it's sad. But knowing that it's just a robot that's
way.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, that is
it's wicked, to be fair.
Something like that I will call art. In the terms
it
of...
makes me feel, and I'm not an art fan, you know what I mean? So they've ticked a box there. If you can make me appreciate it, who's not like an art, like art as in like the sculpture, painting sort of thing, I'm not a fan. Well, I'm a fan, but I'm not a fanatic.
Yeah.
If it makes me feel like just by watching it for like a second, then I'm like, fucking hell yeah, you've done something there.
See, I'm very much in the vein of kind of like, if you do something that is controversial or that thing of like, I could do that. That's my favourite kind of art. Because if you can make people think they can do it, but don't do it and literally can't do it.
That's true. That's very true.
I suppose, you know what? Fucking eating my own words. I suppose it's the same thing that goes back to the Damien Hirst shit. Like, someone could look at a cow cut in half and be like, well, fucking hell, I could have done that.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Yeah.
But and they couldn't, because if they do it, they're like, you're just doing a Damien
But
Hirst.
not only that, but part of being able to do that piece is earning the position to be able to do it in the first place. Like, it isn't just doing a triple album for your first album, it's earning the right to get to the position where you can.
Yeah.
The Wall's no one's debut.
No.
But,
You know what I mean?
We're talking about Jeen-Yuhs and Jackson Pollock, like, these are just fucking rich white cunts, man.
Yeah.
They've been fucking silver spooned their whole
Agreed,
life
but you know what?
into a position where they can do
Agreed,
bullshit like
but
that.
I'd put more value in someone like Jackson Pollock than someone who just got rich off fucking over the system.
I don't know about Jackson. I don't know his backstory.
I'm not saying him specifically, but I mean anyone who's created something and got monetary value off it.
Yeah, but you have to be in a position for someone to buy it to begin with.
Yeah.
You do, but in the same way, because Basquiat's my favourite artist, probably why I go on about him so much, but he was literally homeless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
By design, he chose to be. Like, he didn't come from a poor family, but got hooked on drugs and lived in Central Park for fucking ages. And literally it was him and another dude called Samo. Like, that was their tag, the Samo. It was SAMO. And they started tagging it everywhere and putting like slogans up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that was how they kind of like got the hype initially. And then he made some postcards and saw Andy Warhol in a restaurant, went over to him and sold him a couple. And that's how they started working together.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Andy Warhol was almost like on his way down at that point. It was after Velvet Underground and everything else. And he almost kind of like, because there's a lot of argument that Warhol used Basquiat to kind of like make himself relevant again.
Yeah.
But he also made Basquiat relevant. So they're kind of like
There is
piggybacked off each
there
other.
is a Warhol thing coming on Netflix called
Is there?
it's Wednesday,
Oh, okay, cool.
and I'm quite excited. To see
Yeah,
it.
no,
I didn't
dude.
know that. Fucking
yeah.
hell,
I
I-
only saw it today.
They've got some original
Warhols.
Warhols in Castle Fine Arts in the mailbox.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Shit, man. I'm going to check it out.
We've got some original Bob Dylans in there.
Yeah, well, I went to the...
They had some Ronnie Wood.
I was in
I don't know
Birmingham
if
today. I was going to go to the
they
John thing again.
I tell you
But
what,
they'll
there's
close on
some
Mondays.
coming up soon, which I'll publicise on here if there's any art fans that also want to have a look at.
Any red
Are
wine
you
drinking
putting the
cunts?
music on this? Are you
Basically.
putting the art music?
Oh,
on
yeah,
this?
I'll have to, won't I?
Yeah.
There's an exhibition coming to Birmingham of the artwork from the Sistine Chapel, Michelangelo's work.
Oh, really?
You have to...
Be a Catholic.
Are they lifting the ceiling off and flying
They-
over here? Like, how does that work?
I'm not sure
I've been to
100% how they're
Sistine
doing
Chapel. I'm not
stuff.
going to lie. It's a bit
But,
overwhelming.
It's one of the, you have to apply for
not
it.
Jackson Pollock.
It's not Jackson Pollock.
Be put
It's not
onto
an
a-
unmade bed.
You have to apply for a guest list, and they won't reveal the location until I think it's next week. And they're going to be holding it in April, but you don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
And they haven't released an official date, I don't think. But
But spooky.
have a look; it'd be fun. It's only like £10 a ticket as well.
I would like every time we talk about art and we get the music on, that if we just in case it kicks off with the art stuff again, we all have a glass of wine.
I was
under
just
our-
thinking, yeah.
Just to fucking.
I'll tell you what I would like, if there's any artists watching this, it'd be nice to write in, whether you message the Goat Sessions or me, and educate us on anything we spoke about, because there'll be a lot of stuff that we might not be 100%
Yeah, we don't wear turtlenecks.
Just
so
calling
we
me and
can't-
I'll just go, my Instagram
I would love
is
an
shit.
art conversation with anybody.
Just
so.
my DMs are just inundated with fucking messages going, you uncultured swine. You fucking fat hairy twat.
I love that, man. I love how you're a trad tattooist, but you just don't give a fuck about it.
Well,
I love it so much. Do you have a rotary?
do I have a rotary?
Yeah, machine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
For shading?
Yeah, you're allowed that.
Yeah.
I've
There's a lot of
I'm-
shit in it. What is it?
there's
Fucking
loyal to the coil.
Loyal to the coil.
I'm not loyal to the coil.
Fuck
Like, it's
that.
not like a thing but I just prefer coil.
I like
machines
having a
to
conversation with
line.
someone without in the background when you're tattooing
I
someone.
love it. I love it.
What, loud coils? Like,
Oh, it's so soothing to me.
I get it. I hate that laws of the coil
just love
fucking
it.
trad tattoo.
No.
bollocks. hate it.
I don't like the loyal to the coil stuff, but I do like coil machines.
Yeah, I get that.
It's
yeah.
not like I'm using it just because
Tradition
I'm
is
a-
the,
I'm
is
a
the enemy
tra-
of progress.
If you're gonna get
No,
that
no, yeah,
traditional, just
I'm-
fucking
I'm not.
stick and poke.
I mean, I'm traditional in the fact that like the style I like, the style I've always liked.
Yeah.
It's not like I've kind of gone, well, I'll go with that because I can do it quite well. It's just something that I'm like. I
That's
like
where
that.
you're- yeah.
I've always liked that.
Yeah.
I've always liked cartoons.
Well, you're covered in the kind of tattoos that you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
that's a good
yeah.
indicator.
Exactly,
but
yeah.
I tell you what, that's actually very good for what you do, because
Yeah.
there's probably a lot
See,
of
like,
tattooists
I'm a
out there
fan
who
of
have
it.
a lot of different sort of things and may do a different style themselves.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
absolutely fine.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you might not always,
Of course, yeah.
you know, but you're almost a walking canvas for the sort of work that you do.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
going
if
to the
someone
barbers
was
and
like,
looking
what do I do? Like, well, I design my
Yeah.
chest. I didn't tattoo it because it's on my chest. But
Yeah.
But this is the
Well,
style I
exactly
like
what
to
it
have.
is.
This is
Yeah,
the style I
yeah.
like to do.
Yeah, it's like getting your hair cut by someone with a shit haircut. You don't want it, do you?
No.
You sit there, if they got a tits haircut, you'd be like, yeah, you're a good barber.
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, just go into a geezer with dreads and be like, can I have a shirt back inside?
Yeah. And they'd be like, oh, God.
That's what I do
it's
always
not my
think with
forte.
tattoo. When people are like, they'll go like, can I get somewhere like who's cheap? And like you'll get cheap. If
Yeah,
you go
give
for
them the
cheap,
fucking name, right?
100%.
You're gonna get a shit
It's
tattoo.
cliche as fuck, and I've seen it in a lot of tattoo shops, but it is true. Was it cheap tattoos aren't good and good tattoos aren't cheap?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
Well,
it's
it
that's
depends. It
the same with
depends.
anything.
Yeah, it
It's
depends.
everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
Guitars.
yeah.
We all fucking know. Well,
A mechanic,
yeah,
like
yeah.
fucking
yeah.
whatever it is, a plumber. Like if you whatever you
Yeah.
get what you pay for essentially.
100%.
It's
yeah.
like
That's what-
And if you want it that
sometimes the
bad,
deals.
like the thing is, if you go to a tattoo artist and you're like, I'm going to have this, I'm like, yeah, 100 quid. And you're like, no, I'm going to go somewhere else. It's like, well, you're making that decision to go elsewhere and maybe not get it as good as what that
Well, have you
tattooist
seen
could
what
do.
Fiverr is? The website.
Yeah,
No.
Like Fiverr is basically like creators and artists.
It's
and
just freelancers,
stuff like that.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
freelancers. So basically, they'll do a value work of what you pay. So if you pay £5 for like an intro for a podcast, they'll give you a £5 intro.
£5 worth.
If you give them if you pay £40, they'll put more work in it.
So you're
Yeah.
paying for the work before they do
Yeah.
it.
So if you basically you tell them what you want. So if you wanted a portrait, for example, and you're like, I'll pay you fucking 10 quid for a portrait.
To be fair,
Yeah.
They'll give you the value of a £10 portrait.
£10 portrait.
Whereas if you pay £1,000, they'll give you one for the value of £1,000.
my
Yeah.
brother did that. So he was doing freelance videography stuff for a while.
Yeah.
And he made somewhat of this video for someone. And it was like, I need your payment. Like, because you'll always get them to pay him before he sends it.
yeah.
Which you should do because obviously anyone's going to
Yeah.
fob you off.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, I know this is what we originally agreed, but I can only give you this much. And I went, all right, sound. I'm going to descale everything and give you the video I've done for that price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he said that, they're like, oh, no,
Yeah.
I'll be able to get the rest of the money.
Have you
for
seen
you.
the
Yeah,
videos
yeah.
of like tradesmen that like patio someone's back garden and then they don't pay and they just go with sledgehammers and just
Does
fucking
it-
ruin all the patios?
Yeah.
Fair play, man. If
Yeah,
you're getting
fair
paid,
play,
fuck
100%.
I do get messages. Can you do a sleeve in a day for 150 quid? And like usually my
Can
pretty
you
much
do one? That's what you should say back.
No. I always go. I went, if I could do that, mate, I wouldn't be able to get you in till 2057.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would be the fucking richest tattoo artist
yeah.
in the fucking
Mm.
world.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, it's you know,
I've- I've-
everything you pay for what you get.
I've
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
about that for one of the
To
tattoos
an
I've got.
extent.
And
I
to
mean,
think,
stuff I don't know about.
to
it
think
must be.
like me giving you 100, like the tattoo you did me now was about 100 and something, wasn't it?
The reach
and,
round, didn't it? The reach
reach
round
round, no,
was
the reach round was
fucking
good.
impeccable, by
But
the
like
way.
thinking on like the
That's what
scale,
everything
the
is.
scale of the tattoo that I've got for what I've paid for it, and thinking if I was to get that for a fucking a sleeve, fucking hell, I'd be laughing
Yeah.
because I've just paid fuck all for a sleeve.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but fuck.
One of the ones that I
you
don't
got
know
to
if
think when it
mentioned
comes to it, it's
before.
the time, the equipment,
It's time spent,
Time drawn.
equipment,
time
At
drawn
home.
because you're doing it at
The
home,
materials.
100%,
Yeah.
and then the artwork itself on top.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah, man.
everything that you do, that you draw up on a flash sheet and what
yeah.
is an original Sam Jenkinson.
Yeah, people also. You can say the same about
You would-
anything. No, like
you'd pay
There's only one
thousands of-
original Sam
You would pay
Jenkinson,
thousands of
Mitchell.
pounds for a piece of art from a gallery or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing.
Or millions for an unmade bed.
Or millions for an
Bring
unmade
it full circle.
There is
Yeah,
no,
you
there is
fucking
no
stupid
different.
twat.
There's no different. If you really wanted to, if people would pay, and I'm pretty sure there's some fucking Hollywood tattooists who tattoos as celebrities who probably do charge like a good couple of grand for a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
piece.
Oh,
And
like
they'll
at
have it, you know what I mean?
least. Yeah,
like,
dude.
It's definitely.
And I bet there's some loyal to the coil bell end that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like the dude who tattoo like fucking people like Eminem.
Dude, I'm
or
gonna
like
become
David
so
Beckham.
loyal
you
to
know
the
for a
call
fact
just
they're
'cause
probably
to
like
piss you off.
$2,000 for the smallest. For,
Yeah, like someone like Post
Yeah.
Malone as well.
maybe
who's-
tattoo Haley on
like-
your body for the third time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there you go, Eminem.
Yeah.
Is a grand.
But there is, if you can get in with like a fucking celebrity, like with footballers now, like as soon as a footballer, like an established footballer gets a tattoo, then all of a sudden you can charge triple for your
Yeah,
tattoo.
yeah.
Because one
Yeah,
dude
yeah.
put you on the gram next to him.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, if you were like fucking £80 an hour, it's like call 320 an hour now.
Fair play, though.
I think that,
Yeah, dude, get paid.
Yeah.
that's 100%
Get
the
paid.
way it is going to be with tattoos in cities. And when people, it's all so much more expensive in cities. And it's like, well, you got to think, one, you're in a city, so everything's going to be more expensive. And two, think of the people that they'll probably have tattooed.
Yeah.
That is one thing
Yeah.
with Tamworth. Tamworth's got a lot of sick tattooists for a small town.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, there's some fucking outstanding tattooists here.
I have got a thing. Have you heard of Kevin Paul?
no.
No.
Kevin Paul, he tattoos from. He's got his own shop. He might even have more than one now. From Derby,
Right, okay.
and he tattoos. His most famous client is Ed Sheeran.
Right.
Really?
He's got the
Okay.
shittest tattoos I've ever seen.
Yes, and the thing is, I think if you went into his shop with, say, Ed Sheeran, I know he's got a Heinz tomato ketchup bottle
bottle.
label tattooed on him. I think if you went into his shop, because he's fairly accomplished in what he does, he's not a bad tattoo artist in in skill.
That's
he's accomplished at what he does.
The tattoos that Ed Sheeran's got aren't badly done. They're just shit decisions.
They're bad ideas.
Yeah.
And because I think because it's Ed Sheeran, he's not going, no, I won't do that, because it's not a good idea.
Yeah, he could probably charge Ed Sheeran fucking...
but it will look bad. He's doing it because he goes, this is Ed Sheeran. And not so much like, I'm a massive Ed Sheeran fan.
No, but the opportunity this provides afterwards.
But if Ed Sheeran came to your shop and said, Jenk, give me a tattoo, you're going to say, absolutely.
None of us here are Ed Sheeran fans, but if he was like, can I do a segment on your podcast, we'd all be like, yeah, you can.
Yeah, Idol said it about...
I don't know.
Nah, come on, dude, of course.
For the hype.
Idol said it about Foo Fighters.
I'm a massive prick. So, I mean, like, if Ed Sheeran come into the shop and went, can you do this? I'd be like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah, but you'd like the clout of turning down Ed Sheeran.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't even want that. I'd be like, I don't want to tattoo Ed Sheeran. I don't want to sit with Ed Sheeran for an hour.
The thing is, Ed Sheeran doesn't seem as a human, a bad guy.
No, he doesn't.
Right.
But
You know what? Even I'll go one bigger. His music ain't that all awful.
His early stuff, his SoundCloud stuff's fun.
I'll go one bigger and I'll say it's
Early
all
music.
fucking dross.
I dislike Ed Sheeran fans more than I dislike Ed Sheeran.
No, I honestly,
He's very bland.
I used to be big into Ed Sheeran.
He's beige.
I was
He's
like-
inoffensive.
Like
Yeah,
EPs up until first album, and then after that, I was like, not really.
What's that tune? You need me, man, I don't need you.
Yeah,
I like that song.
That's good. But that was like
No, but like the original
rappy
SoundCloud
and-
one.
Oh yeah.
Sick.
I think the stuff I've heard, Robin, like it's kind of like, yeah, you're not gonna change the world with this, but no one's really offended by it.
Yeah.
It's just very
Yeah, shit. Middle of the road shit. It's like Coldplay.
Literally, it's like Coldplay.
And the best news
Literally,
ever,
it's like Coldplay.
they're doing one more album and they're going to stop.
With Coldplay.
But
Yeah.
why is that?
I've heard about
How
that.
exposed to you with Coldplay? Like, release 50 more albums. I don't fucking hear you anyway. I don't care.
Because I just don't like them.
It doesn't.
I just don't like them.
They've
I
got a
don't want
place.
them to be
I never get this when people slag off bands.
The-
Like, just do you listen to Coldplay?
These are men. That,
No, but you can't help but listen to
I-
them on the radio.
what- I listen to the radio.
These are men that drive for a living
Yeah.
Yeah.
with radios on.
Yeah. So that's your choice to put the radio on.
I'm going to fucking sit in silence and
It's
stop
not
it.
necessarily
Mate, just fucking you
Coldplay.
listen to music off your fucking Spotify or iTunes or.
It's not necessarily Coldplay. It's Chris Martin managing to worm his way into everything that I enjoy. That
I
don't
agree
like.
with that. I agree with that.
I just.
What's he got
I don't
into
care
now?
enough.
So I was so hyped when Stormzy got announced to headline Glastonbury, and somehow Chris Martin managed to fucking worm his way into his set. Like, multiple rap artists that I
He
like
did what?
somehow fucking.
Kanye
Hang
did,
on, what
he did a song with
happened?
Kanye.
You what?
He did a song with Kanye.
Exactly. Fuck
Chris
off out of
Martin
my
did-
shit.
And it's a
The song
banger
with
apart
Kanye.
from the Kanye bit.
He wormed his way into Gwyneth Paltrow and all, and, you know.
Oh yeah, and made an apple out of that one.
Worm out of it. Nice. Oh shit.
What did you say?
That's my goat. I'm saying it now. That's my goat of the episode.
So he wormed his way into Gwyneth Paltrow
Yeah.
and made an apple out of it.
Their kid's called Apple.
Oh, that's
was,
good.
Weren't it?
Yeah, that's good.
That was impressive.
really
That's
fucking
good.
good.
That's all right, mate.
But,
I'm a regular on this
Yeah,
podcast.
no, I think for me, like, the only band I think should have shot themselves in the face or run in traffic was Keen.
You too.
Nah, Keen. I put energy into hating Keen.
Do you know, if you go
Keen.
into towards
Maroon
Cannock,
5.
have you seen their fucking poster?
Yeah, they're Keen played in like Cannock Chase.
Fuck them.
What's it called? Fucking.
Oh, I can't remember.
Fuck
It was
it.
a
What's
little
the fucking
festival,
woods?
wasn't it?
What's the
The
woods?
Chase.
The Cannock Chase.
Yeah.
Keen played in the woods.
Was that known for
But
dogging?
that was like years ago, and the poster's
The
still
poster's
there,
still
like
there.
they're riding its coattails.
fucking
Like,
hate Keen.
Keen is what beige sounds like.
Yes, like literally.
It is.
Literally.
It is. It's what
Yeah.
beige sounds
I would
like.
rather hear a baby crying for 14 hours.
It's
What's
if-
your beef with Keen?
They're
What?
fucking
dude, it's-
suck.
yeah, they
it's-
suck.
He's
but,
a
like,
fat faced, pretentious Tory prick.
It's as if someone
I
mic'd
don't know if he
up.
is. I
Okay.
just, he looks like one.
that energy right there.
It's as if
is me
someone.
and Coldplay.
It's as if someone.
Yeah, you get it. You get it.
It's as if someone mic'd up an anorak.
Like, genuinely.
You know what I
That's
mean?
that's Liam Gallagher, isn't it?
I feel like
That's
you know,
Parker.
you know when
Parker.
you know when like westerns when a bit of what's it called?
Tumbleweed.
Yeah, blows
Yeah.
across. I think if you microphone that to a minuscule level, you would hear Keen.
It would be a bit
Like,
more
that's,
exciting.
That's it would be.
It would be more
It would be.
exciting.
No, it was that fucking. What was that song called with the fucking Play-Doh video?
I couldn't fucking tell you, mate.
It was. I can't remember.
I don't know. I
Never.
don't know
Like,
much
I don't
about
think
Keen.
I've ever bothered with
One of
Keen.
my
Are
exes
you completely sure
I
you
just
were
know-
just watching Wallace and Gromit?
might have been. But
All I know about Keen is
no,
that
one of
It
my
would've been
exes.
better.
I'm not keen on them.
One of that was,
All I know about Keen is he did a season on loan at Villa and hit the crossbar once.
really.
Yeah, Robbie Keane, isn't it?
Oh, fucking dickhead.
Oh.
Anyway.
Oh, Roy,
Anyway.
it could be Roy Keane.
Have you done your section yet?
No.
Go on. Which one are you? Orange,
I
yeah?
don't know.
Green.
If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a
Mitch.
bitch ain't one. I got
Nice.
Cool.
So blunt.
I listened to, it was on the radio, listened to on the radio recently about the Queen is no longer living in Buckingham Palace.
Is she in Windsor?
She has moved to Windsor.
Isn't she always in Windsor?
I thought she always lived in Windsor.
She's always been to and from
Legoland.
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 And but she's like no longer going to be
The one-
like,
The one in Denmark.
she's no longer going to be going to Buckingham Palace. She's going to be living in Windsor Castle,
Permanently.
doing a work from Windsor
Till she
Castle.
dies.
Hang on.
No. Which tells me, go on, what?
For why?
For why, Mitch? Tell us for why.
I'll tell you for why. Because either she's already dead
Or
or she's dying and they're preparing Buckingham Palace for the next in line.
What preparations need to go into that?
well,
Or fucking
new
changing everything
curtains,
over
pulling
to
all the
whatever
dead
fucking
kids out of the
next-
basement.
new
Yeah.
carpets, getting rid of all
Getting rid of
those,
all the evidence.
getting rid of all those kid shoes that are
Cleaning up
buried in the
Prince Andrew's
basement.
sweat.
Fucking Prince Charles walking around going, she's dead. Right, get a fucking skip for all the corgis.
Can I just say, off
Because
topic,
They need to widen the doors for his ears.
have you seen Prince Charles's fingers?
Yeah, did you mention
Yeah,
this
they're always
before?
got little kids'
Mate, they
arseholes.
make me look
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah.
They make me want to
No, I've never
be.
seen them.
What's wrong with them?
Mate, Sonny,
It'll be
get
on
a
screen.
picture.
It'll be on screen.
Oh,
I
they
can't
just
see
like-
on screen.
yes.
Can you show me the...
Motherfuckers.
Mate, they're gnarly, man. They're horrible.
Is it worse or better than Keith Richards' fingers?
oh, mate. Nah.
Oh shit!
No
that says
way
a
can
lot.
be worse.
You not seen them?
They're on par with like Mary Berry's fingers.
Oh, damn.
Mary Berry's got horrible fingers. But
The more you talk about it, the more I
Was it arthritis?
Oh my god, they look like a pack of hot dogs.
Didn't fucking Idols write a song about that?
Why would you wear jewellery if your fingers were like that?
Because he put it on before they
The
were,
lyric,
and
what
he
is
can't
it?
get it off.
That's fair.
Mary Berry loves
It's happened to Bam as well.
Fucking
Bam had to get all his fucking wings cut
sausage
off.
hands.
I don't care if the Queen's dead. The Queen's dead. If she's not, she's not. I don't give a fuck anymore.
I hope she is.
I do.
I don't care
Yeah.
if she is. I don't hope that she is. She's an old lady. Like, what difference does it make to me if she's fucking dead or not?
I'm going to joke about it.
It makes a lot of difference.
I'll let you know now that if she's dead, the next episode will be lots of jokes
I
about
was
the
gonna
Queen
say,
being dead.
Yeah,
I'll let you know. I'll let everyone know.
I'll let you
We
know
could have a party.
to check in or not on that one. Yeah, but why would you have a party? Like, she's a fucking 94-year-old woman, man. Why are you
She's a
celebrating
Dude,
fucking
it's the
slag.
institution that she stands for.
I get that, but she ain't it.
Yes, she fucking is head honcho.
Yeah.
Is that Dora? Why is it so fucking windy in here, Jenk?
Right, number
It's,
one.
it's
She
March.
Yeah, but I'm inside.
she gave fucking Prince Nonce the
Yeah, that's
money
fair.
Quite a lot of money.
to pay
fair.
off
All right.
fucking.
I'm not celebrating a 94-year-old
Ding
woman
dong, the,
dying.
the enabler's dead.
I said
Da, da, da,
exactly.
da, da.
No, don't all gang up on me like I'm
no, but
van boy.
If she was,
No, we're just bringing you
If
over
anything,
to our
If,
side.
any, right, if any of us had a reason to hate that bitch, it's me. Right, like,
Did you celebrate when Thatcher died?
oh, fuck, I still do.
There we go.
There we go, yeah.
No, there's a difference. You can't compare Thatcher to fucking the Queen.
Yeah,
She
you
can.
can.
Why?
Because the Queen.
Queen's probably
represent-
done way fucking worse.
Nah.
No, I don't know. I think they're on par. But the Queen represents everything that's wrong with classism.
Neck and neck.
Well, that's just the monarchy in general.
I think it's because she's 94. If she died at like fucking 43, I'd be like, sound, fuck that bitch. But I ain't celebrating 94. Like, unless like she was a massive, she did Ziegel when she was a kid. But like, unless she's like a massive fucking racist or piece of shit human. And I just don't think she is. I think since
she 100% is.
I think though, once the Queen dies, the monarchy
Yeah.
should die, and it's
Yeah,
not.
I agree.
It's not going to happen.
I agree. 100%.
We don't need the
Yeah.
monarchy.
Sure.
The monarchy.
Yeah.
What do they do for us apart from
Finger
tourism?
kids.
No, but what do they do for the country?
No, totally. Like, mum,
Like, yes, they may have say in certain things,
I've had
but
this
not a lot of
argument
say.
with a relative, and they bring a lot of money into the West Ham. I was like, yeah, but so does like
So does
strip
the London
clubs.
Eye.
Yeah. You know what I mean. So does a lot of fucking
Yeah, I think
drugs brings
I think
a lot of money.
football's
into
the second
fucking West
largest income of the UK.
Ham. Football must bring.
And I'm not a football
so
fan,
much
but I'd
more
rather that
than
fucking
the
bring in
Queen.
all the fucking
Yeah.
all the money.
Yeah.
For what, for
I
people
don't
to
know,
come
dude.
from all over just to fucking stand in front of those fucking shitty gates.
Have you been?
I have, and I almost got shot there.
The gates? Why did you nearly get shot there?
Have I ever told this story on the podcast before?
I don't think so.
So I was in London with my brother and my mate Rammers. We went to Buckingham Palace.
And your brother shot
and
you.
my brother shot me. I needed a piss. and I was like, "There's no toilets around here, is there?"
You pissed on Buckingham Palace?
No.
Alright.
My brother went, "Go speak to one of those guards." And there's
Beefeater.
the beefeater, and it's like, "There's a public toilet. Just go ask him where it is." I was like, "Okay," and they had the gates open. I stepped through the gates,
Yeah, you
and
can't-
they came out with guns.
It's a fucking act of war. You can't step foot on the fucking Queensland.
I
don't think Mitch knew that.
I did not know that.
I mean, common sense would
Otherwise,
dictate.
I would not have.
Right, did you see any other members of the public there?
There was loads of members of public there, yeah.
Inside the gates?
No.
Right, should that not have been a clear indication? Maybe I shouldn't pass this
No,
fucking
because you
threshold.
hear
There
about,
was
like-
there was one dude 6 foot in front of you with a bullet wound in his shoulder, just going, "I really need a piss."
It's not Mitch, though. That's a collective effort. That is. That's Jack going.
Yeah.
Go and ask one of them guards.
Yeah,
Piss
yeah.
Yeah,
out.
but
It's
that's
like-
you being a dickhead and going, yeah, that should be
I
fine.
didn't question it because, like, obviously they do tours of Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, but
so I
isn't it
thought,
right?
oh, maybe you can just go
And
in.
you trusted
Here's
the word of your own
Here's a
king.
hint.
Like it's Hammer Castle.
Here's a hint. If there are, right, if there's a
Do a
fucking
ghost tour of fucking
if-
Buckingham
was
Palace.
the flag up? Was the Queen in that day?
I fucking
It's a flag up. The Queen's at home.
I'm
If
gonna
it's
pay
down,
attention
she's
to
fucked
that.
off somewhere else, right?
Well, she could be anywhere.
Well, yeah, she
All
could
it
be
is taking putting a flag up.
like on a broomstick flying
Yeah,
around.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
she's a shapeshifter, actually.
She is
so-
fuck off.
She-
But I'm not getting into that. I'm
She
not.
could have been standing next to me in the
I'm
crowd.
not opening up
Oi,
that
if
conversation.
the flag's up, she cannot leave.
I don't think that's how it works.
Do you know what I'll do?
That would be funny though. She's a prisoner to the flag.
If she's
No.
in Zambia, right? If she's in Zambia and some cheeky beefeater puts the flag up, does she fly through the
she
air
teleports, she's a shapeshifter.
straight into her bed?
Do you know what
Yeah.
I'd do if that was the point? I'd stand at the gate and I'd step in and out of the gate just so the guy has
They
to
would
keep going
shoot
up
you.
and down with
No,
the fucking.
they would
Wait, if
shoot-
I was
oh,
the
it's the
Queen.
Queen. They're gonna shoot the
Just so the
Queen.
guy has to keep going up and down
Yeah,
with the flag.
I don't think it works. I think she's like on the land. I don't know how it works.
Also, do you know she drives like a blacked out Range Rover?
Yeah.
She looks like a fucking drill artist
And
from
she
South
doesn't-
London, don't she, when she's driving?
And she doesn't have a
She's like
driving
Digger D.
license.
I'd love to hear the Queen's mixtape.
She doesn't have a
Like, I'd be
driving
here for
license, does
that.
she?
Does she not?
No.
Does she need one though?
Yes,
I
she's
should-
not.
I
She's
should think
forced to be
so.
on the
It's
roads
the law.
anyway.
Nah, hold up. What I'm saying is, no, because she drove like Range Rovers and shit in the war, didn't she?
I don't know. She drives Range Rovers now with a bonnet on.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, right, if the Queen drove and you pull her over, you can be like, sorry, ma'am, you have to come with us. Or you can be like, that's the fucking
Do
Queen.
you get given a driving license in the army? Because obviously you got to learn to drive in the army, but do they give you a driving license? Because I've heard loads of fucking stories about people, whether it's been like from World War II or like other conflicts when like our parents were like a bit younger, where they learnt to drive, but they never had a license and they've just still kept driving as adults.
Oh,
once
probably.
left
I don't
and right.
know. I don't know enough about it.
So she's done that and they just never give a license. She's
Yeah.
like, you know what?
But even so,
I'm
man,
the Queen,
I
I should-
feel like she
Well,
hasn't
doesn't need
utilised
license.
her fucking position properly. Because if I was king, believe shit's changing.
There's got to have been something with
I'll be like Henry VIII forward.
like
Well, just like your
beheading.
missus pisses you off.
if
Off with her head.
if the Queen had that much power,
Amy's
to
like
change
Amy's
shit,
left like fucking some socks on the floor. and you're
Henry's
like,
fine.
okay.
Fine.
if the Queen
She's
was
the ones.
if the Queen was given that much power to do shit, we wouldn't really have Parliament, though, would we?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd dissolve Parliament. If I was king, the first thing I'm doing is get rid of Parliament.
Yeah.
What, and then
Right.
be like a fucking king
100%.
Yeah, man.
If
Old
I-
school
yeah,
on
king.
horseback.
If
Yeah,
I,
dude.
If I was in
Same.
charge of the country, I would want to run the country.
Yeah,
Mate,
dude.
same, trust.
I ain't being no fucking novelty king, man. I'm running shit. Like,
Everything's so
but,
sick.
but the thing is, I'm an ethical person,
I-
so I will run it well.
Oh,
I went
mate.
for
Power straight to your head.
Mate, honestly, if I was a king and I'd dissolve Parliament, fuck me, I'd be on horseback and I'd be
I went for a
fucking
drink with
slashing everyone.
with Wardy a couple of weeks back, and we were on about this. Like, you know how like you got all those fucking random laws where like you can go to some certain place in Nottingham.
Oh, you
I
can't
think
put an
it
ice cream in
is,
your back
and,
pocket. Shit like that.
Like you can shoot a guy.
No,
in-
it's-
I think it's
what?
at
Yeah, there's a law
with,
somewhere.
with a
you
crossbow.
can't put an ice cream in your back pocket.
There's one stupid one like you can shoot a guy in the eye with a crossbow in
What would you
Scotland
want
and
it?
Nottingham at a certain time of day. That's a random fucking law. There is also a thing where you can challenge a king or queen a fight to the death.
I've said this
for
before,
position on
man.
the throne.
I believe that she should. I'm not saying fight her. I don't want to fight a 94-year-old.
Mate, I'd smack
We
that.
spoke,
bitch.
actually, no, we have
You
spoke
see,
about
we've
this.
done this
We've spoken about
exact
this on the
thing.
podcast
Pick a
before.
champion. Yeah, we have. That's what I'm saying. Pick
and
a champion.
I would fucking fight the queen
Believe.
myself.
I'm
Nah,
going training.
I'd
I'm going
fucking-
fucking Rocky montage full to the
I'd
hilt.
like do like
If
six.
she dies, she dies.
What if?
I'd
it
do like
was-
6 weeks with Francis Ngannou.
I'd pick.
And then fucking
Yeah,
get her
yeah.
in an armbar.
What if it was like Conkers though? What if she was like, because she gets to choose the
Choose
form
your
of
weapon.
combat. Yeah, so if it was like Conkers.
I'd
Yeah.
pick.
I'd
easy.
smack her in the eye.
I'd pick.
That's not how you win a Conkers.
No,
Yeah, it's if I'm doing
You know,
it.
you know when you
Yeah,
smack
you
her
got
in the
the
hand
rules,
and you
bitch.
catch
Break
someone's
the
hand.
conker.
You catch someone's hand. You'd fucking break her hand with a conker, And then when she's on the floor, you just stamp her around.
No, it'll be like,
do you know what I'd pick?
Go on.
17 Rottweilers gaffer taped together. She's got no fucking chance.
With the corgis.
Yeah, fuck
Oh
them.
shit!
No, I'd do Twister.
them.
I'd do Twister. I mean,
Mate, she could have 32 of the bastards, right? My
Rotties.
Rotties are fucking
It's
having
got to
them
be
corks.
staffies, mate. You got to
yeah,
keep it true.
staffies,
To
yeah.
You got to rock up with like a fucking bean-stained vest,
Yeah,
with a
yeah.
staffy and a Stella.
Yeah.
Come on, missus. Come
Yeah.
and have a fight with me outside.
No, okay, what is
Come
your...
on, have a
what's your
go if you
go-to?
think you're hard
Right,
enough.
tomorrow, the Queen leads a declaration of the throne is now open.
But you got to fight to the death.
You've got to, you have to beat me in a form of combat that I choose. No, sorry,
Yeah.
that you can choose.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's your choice? What are you going with?
Brazilian
My
Jiu-Jitsu.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
I can 100% confirm now I don't, but I probably know more than the Queen.
Hang on, and it's me versus the Queen.
Yeah.
Running upstairs. Mate, she's 90 fucking 4, dude.
100 metres.
An arm wrestle.
Oh, man, that broke me. Fucking hell.
Dude, anything. You know
Okay,
what I
fair.
mean?
Fair.
18 Guinness.
A game of
Okay.
knuckles.
I haven't thought this through, have I? Because, you're going to beat you on 18 knuckles.
A game of knuckles.
On the back of a bus.
Oh, fuck me. I do rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I want to give her a
It's a
chance.
game of chance.
I want to give her, that's what I'm saying. I want to give her a chance.
Why?
No, I don't.
Fuck that bitch. I'm breaking her arm in the octagon.
Slaps. Slaps.
For a
Game of
triangle.
Oh, mate.
Tapping out and you're like, nah, I can't hear it. I can't hear it.
Could you imagine the Queen trying to slap you? It'd
Would
be like a wet flannel.
would it, hang on. Would it be like, you know how like, it's like, is it Poland or Russia that takes like the slaps is like darts?
Yeah, it's Russia.
Is it Russia?
Yeah.
You seen that?
Yeah,
Have you
yeah,
seen that?
yeah.
I saw one on
Like that
Instagram today,
shit
man. It's
with the
fucking
Queen.
dark,
With the
man.
Queen, mate, you'd fucking break a neck with one
Mate,
slap.
knocking a crown off.
I'm pretty sure this is like
Treason.
It is.
This is treason.
It's
Yeah, it might be.
hypothetical.
It is
It's
hypothetical.
Liz,
It is
hypothetical.
Liz, it's hypothetical.
It
Don't
is.
arrest them.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not being hypothetical. Pay-per-view, MGN Grand, me and you.
It's a triangle.
On the
Tapping out.
undercard.
I can't feel it. I can't feel it.
After the Queen in the octagon.
I've got,
snaps her arm off.
I've got a roller gaffer tape and 17
Sweep a leg.
Rotties ready to go
Fucking hell,
and a
man.
flight of stairs.
No, okay, if it was a game,
It's the Queen with a steel chair.
if it was a game, you had
Cage
to
match with the
you had-
Queen.
You had to beat the Queen at a game. What game would you pick?
A game of wit.
Game of wit. Skate.
Yeah.
That's only your.
Mount five
Fair,
letter.
Yeah, that's fair. You would fight. Oh, yeah, FIFA. I'd like 10 baller.
Mate, I'm beating the Queen at a game of skate. I don't give a
game
fuck
of
what
skate.
anyone's saying.
That could be anything. It could be board game, card game, computer game, anything.
I could do a front 180 and get her out.
Dude, imagine if she just
Like
fucking
shredded.
ripped the shit
She
out of
was
you.
fucking amazing. It's
Mate,
only
like,
more.
bolts a tray flip in heels.
Yeah.
It is not one's first rodeo.
Like it turns out she's got a room dedicated to that game. You walk in, like Jenk
No, what about a real game of skate?
Oh, actual skateboard.
Yeah,
in the
physical.
courtyard?
Yeah.
That's fair. I did say a board game, so technically that would count.
Oh, well,
You
yeah,
on a deck?
Yeah, I do.
What do you reckon her favourite computer game is, if anything?
Pong.
Pong.
Yeah, because it's like it's just the first game ever made, essentially, right? Pong was, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
she's like, "That's it, I'm set. I don't need anything
Yeah, that's
else."
it.
I think it's
probably
Grand
chess.
Theft Auto 5.
She probably likes chess because she's used to just fucking.
Or like fucking
She's used to sending everybody in to die for her before she gets.
nah,
turned
Ames
on.
Odyssey.
Ames Odyssey.
Oh, mate.
I reckon she bangs at that game.
You have to play the whole way through. Because Abe's Odyssey is like,
It's an Odyssey.
it's you have to
What a
save
fucking
as
game,
many
Jesus.
of your own kind
Yeah.
as you can. So you'd have to play
Excuse
the
me.
whole of Abe's Odyssey, and so would the Queen.
Yeah. You both start at the same time.
Yeah.
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 Tekken.
Jesus.
Tekken. She knows all the fucking cheat like finishing moves.
Yeah.
You're there button mashing. Like, fuck, man.
Honestly, me versus Liz on the undercard of whatever UFC, was it UFC 250 or whatever it is now? I'm smashing the life
I mean,
out of her.
my
On the
mo-
undercard as well, not even the main event.
My money's on you, ain't gonna lie.
I don't
You
know.
are 22 and she's 94 years old.
Imagine the Queen in like full Ronda Rousey get up.
Imagine if you like
Oh, I
just...
don't know. Fucking hell,
Imagine
Liz.
if you gassed out and she was just fully still like, if she just played you, you're just pounding against that off and thinking, I'm going to beat the shit out of this
She's
bitch.
just playing mind
But she
games.
could take a beating, right?
Like stand-up mind games.
Like, you know how Deontay Wilder could take a punch?
Yeah.
All he needs is that one knockout punch. He's got that fucking killer right arm, so he just like, he'll gas you out.
Yeah, and
What
then
if
knock you
that's-
out 10th round, yeah.
What if the Queen was like that and was just like, you're sparring with her, right? But you're pounding the shit
Yeah,
out
but
of her.
it's also also mixed martial arts as well, so I can just take her down and fuck her on the groundwork.
You're gonna fuck her. Oh, okay, yeah.
Like 12 to 6 elbows as
I
well.
don't think that's allowed in the UFC.
Like 12 to
Whip
6,
it out.
12 to 6 elbows are illegal in the UFC, but
Fucking
I
hell,
feel
what's
like
McGregor
there's an
doing? Jesus Christ.
He slipped it in Diaz. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell.
What are you saying?
What?
He's gonna beat you to death.
Yeah.
no, not to death.
Oh, just touch taps out.
Look,
Submit.
Submission or TKO.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't want to knock the queen up.
You
I
put-
do
Are
actually.
you gonna put her in a sleeper hold? Just like,
Do you know like Masvidal versus what's his name? Curly head Ben Askren. Like 7-second flying knee.
oh
knockout.
yeah.
That's what I'm doing to the queen.
All right, fair.
So how am I going to fight the queen?
How you beating the queen in a fight for the
Anyway,
throne?
fight
For the
your
throne.
Oh fucking hell.
Thumb war.
I'd smash the queen. Look at the size of my thumbs. I'd smash the queen.
An arm wrestle.
An arm wrestle.
100%.
All I would do though is if either of you win, I'm gonna money in the bank it straight afterwards.
Yeah.
Money in the bank.
I'm gonna run in. Money in the bank it while you're there fucking celebrating.
By God, son, he's cashing in his money in the bank
Literally.
contract.
And just that's it. Throne's mine.
Actually, on that tangent, sorry.
I just one thing. I would beat her in a game of who has less paedophile sons.
The fact that you have no sons.
Well, yeah.
that you know of.
There's-
I mean, I've seen no Eddie fucking monster looking kids walking around Tamworth, so you
I'm
might be
going for it.
alright.
there's no like children walking around completely covered in hair going, no one announced.
That's shit, that is. What you listening to, that's shit.
So on the topic of
climbing, he's
wacky
climbing.
wrestling,
You're
you-
alright there.
He's climbing.
What the
He's-
fuck, man?
You don't want to knock the camera again?
Oh, yeah, fair.
You've told him off.
Yeah, I've told him off.
I'm a big wrestling fan. I was a big wrestling fan. I've been fell out of love with it recently, but I looked at the WrestleMania happens every April, and I looked at the WrestleMania lineup, and it's weird. So we've
Isn't
got
Johnny Knoxville in it?
yeah. So Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville.
He's doing a promo.
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn is a
He's an
WWE
actual
wrestler.
wrestler.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then-
guessing it's
he's the
just
one that he
like
had beef-
throwing Johnny Knoxville around.
Well, he's
So
the one
all
that he
it
had
is-
beef with on the red carpet. Do you remember when
Okay.
that like pro wrestler was on the red carpet and there was a bit of beef? It's
He's
all been a
basically
lead up
doing
to
it as a
this.
promo for Jackass coming out, right?
Yeah.
But he, I think it was only meant to be like a one-off stint to start off with.
Yeah, he was in
Yeah.
the Royal Rumble.
But everyone fucking loved him. So they've like actually given him a contract now. Wasn't he world champion for a minute?
No, they it is obviously for promo for Jackass,
Yeah.
but they've seen like
Potential.
yeah, and it's a big name in it. So like the other one, there's a tag team match for the tag team titles, I think, and it is The Miz who.
I don't know who that is.
The Miz is like quite a well-known WWE wrestler,
Okay.
and Logan Paul.
Isn't
Oh,
it
really?
Yeah,
Isn't
in
it
a
a
tag team.
musical, Les Mis?
That is.
A whole musical
about the-
versus a man.
It's one
Logan
man
Paul.
who encompasses the French Revolution.
He only
Yeah,
stole
so-
a loaf of bread.
So it's The Miz and Logan Paul versus I'm not sure what the other tag team is, but yeah, the Logan Paul's in it and Johnny Knoxville's in
Is that
it.
his first fight, or was he already in it?
Well,
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul's a boxer and
No,
a
I know.
YouTuber, and he's never done.
he is. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
is
he's
it?
never done pro wrestling before.
So his first match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Isn't that shit if you're a wrestler?
No, because saying that, Ronda Rousey went to the WWE
It was her
and
debut.
did a triple threat with Charlotte Flair and
Is that Ric
Becky
Flair's daughter?
Lynch. Yeah, it's Ric Flair's daughter and Becky Lynch. And Ronda Rousey came in as like a big money thing. Like, oh, Ronda Rousey's wrestling, and she fucking killed it.
Jenk's got something.
I want to say this without getting dangerously close to changing the name of the podcast that Jenk loves documentaries. But have we seen the documentary about David Arquette?
Yeah, it's fucking sick.
It's
Oh,
have you
no,
seen it?
who
goes
It's
on
about that a lot,
fucking
doesn't he?
Really,
incredible.
really
I've still
fucking
ain't
good.
seen
It's incredible.
Like, you told me
The
about it for
documentary
ages.
is fucking amazing. I put it on. We were getting rid of Now TV, and it was on Now TV, and it was like, let's rinse.
What's it
Now
called
TV.
again?
You Can Never Kill.
David Arquette.
Or David, or you can never kill David Arquette. I'm sure,
like that, yeah.
or David
can't- you
Arquette can
can't
never die
kill
or
him.
something.
Yeah.
You can't kill
something
David
like
Arquette,
that. Yeah, and it's fucking
You'd
amazing.
really like it. As a wrestling fan, you'd really like it.
because it didn't. Was it WWE or
No,
WWF?
WCW originally.
WCW and then WWF because
it's-
WCW disbanded.
He was doing.
He was an actual champion, and there was like, loads of people who beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Oh, weren't there like
It was a promotional
After
thing for a
he-
film
he-
he was in.
Yeah.
yeah, like people on about how it was staged because of the
Yeah.
film he was doing. So he was like,
Well,
I'll tell you
it-
what, I'm gonna come back and do an actual fucking
Yes,
thing and show you.
His thing was
Because he was a diehard fan.
yeah, diehard
Yeah.
fan. But his thing was like the storyline was he would lose. and then last minute they changed the storyline. It was like last minute, so he was going, okay, just went out there and did
Well,
what
that's
he
because
was.
there is always a story to wrestling, though, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah.
And it is always put in there who's going to win, who's going to lose.
It's
That's
predetermined,
always yeah. But then, sorry to cut you off on it. I think the one that he did, because there is that wrestling where it is WWF, where it is where it is predetermined.
Pro wrestling.
Pro wrestling.
Yeah.
But then there are the actual wrestling where it is full
Not
Contact.
within not within W
contact.
not within WCW.
Not with that.
No, but
Not
that's
within
like,
that.
that's
No.
Olympic
But
wrestling.
then, yeah, there is actual
Yeah,
where it's like
Yeah, that's
the
called
same, the same sort of
ironically,
fighting, but it is like you
That's
are beating
called
the fuck
amateur
out of
wrestling.
someone. Yeah.
Like, so real wrestling
Yeah.
is called amateur wrestling,
Yeah.
and fake wrestling
It's
is
called pro wrestling.
And
Yeah.
isn't that what he ended up doing? Amateur wrestling.
He started doing that, yeah.
Yeah.
On the documentary, that's what he.
Because that's how Brock Lesnar started.
Brock Lesnar started as a college athlete in amateur
Was
wrestling.
American football
Yeah.
as well.
And also Kurt Angle was a gold medalist
was a
in
gold
amateur
medalist,
wrestling,
yeah.
and then went to WWE.
Well, that was his whole thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the fucking gold medal
And
Olympian.
then fucking Brock Lesnar went to UFC because he wasn't getting
And was
the
legit.
enjoyment out of.
Yeah, but
Brock
was
Lesnar
fucking...
became UFC heavyweight champion.
Yeah, he was fucking
But
legit.
didn't he go to that because he lost the heavyweight champion in WWE? So
No, he went to.
I think he wanted to legitimize himself
Yeah.
more than anything.
And he is known
Did you
in
just put your hand up?
What are the names? Oh, did you? What are the names for the good guys and bad guys?
Heels
faces and heels.
face, yeah.
Heels and faces.
Yeah.
Heels being bad.
Yeah.
Faces being
yeah,
good.
you turn heel.
Because you're a baby face.
If you were a wrestler, what would your name be? And would you be a face or a heel?
I'd be a heel.
I'd always be a heel.
Heel. Always be a heel.
Always be a heel, yeah.
Heels
It's
and-
got more of a storyline to it as well.
Well, not necessarily. And
Shock
it's
value.
also
What would-
harder to be a heel.
What would your walkout music be?
Oh,
You can't be
think of-
Motorhead.
I can't think of a name off the top of my head.
that's instantly I was thinking Iron Horse Motorhead.
Can't be Triple H's Motorhead.
Yeah.
Night Prowler by AC/DC.
Okay.
It's the same if I was a
Why would you
boxer.
come out dressed as Richard Ramirez?
No one's. That's not a rule.
Have you ever heard of?
That's not a rule.
So there was a wrestler in the Indies called.
Oh, just quick. Why would be Lucifer's Rocking Chair by Canterbats?
Ah, tune.
Oh my god.
Big tune, big
Fucking
tune.
hell.
I love Cancer Bats.
Yeah, fucking sick.
So
Or what's that other Cancer About song? Fuck off.
Pray for
Project
Darkness,
Zero.
That's dead.
Fuck.
Give me a lyric.
Sorceress,
No, I'm gone.
Power Destroyer.
No.
Okay.
Later album.
Oh,
Searching for Zero. It was off Searching for Zero.
I don't know the tracks by name. I
All right,
can't
okay. Let's move on.
So there's a wrestler in the Indies called Tommy End. His name was in the Indies, and he was like a big, like the type of guy that we'd love. So he's
Yeah.
big, covered in tattoos, just badass, like
So you a wrestling fan?
I'm a wrestling fan.
Oh, I didn't know
sort of like magical aura, like dark. And he moved to WWE.
Like a wizard.
He didn't do any fucking close arm magic, did he?
No, he does a lot. He does a lot of lights go out. He moves and then spits. Recently, that's what he's been doing.
Okay.
But he moved to WWE and they changed his name to Aleister Black. And his entrance music was Code Orange.
Right.
And then when he
Yeah,
was,
I heard about that actually.
when he
'Cause
came
Code
out-
Orange actually came.
Yeah, so when-
played, didn't they?
so NXT is like the developmental for WWE. Like if you're an up and coming wrestler, or they've got poached you from the independent circuit, they put you into NXT, and then if you're good in that, then they'll put you on the main roster. So when WrestleMania is happening, they also do NXT Takeover, which is like the NXT version of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And he came out, and Code Orange did a full live set. And
Yeah.
also Ronda Rousey came out to Joan Jett.
Bad reputation.
Bad Reputation, and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts played at WrestleMania as well.
That's cool.
But yeah,
Motorhead did as well. I've
Motorhead
seen
did Triple
with
H.
Didn't Misfits do Vampiro
Yeah.
Misfits.
and then joined?
the two, Jerry Only and Doyle.
No,
Both-
Doyle didn't, did he?
Yeah. Have you seen the shape?
What was the-
Doyle?
Yeah,
What
no,
was
no.
the
He's
va-
fucking the most stacked vegan in the fucking world.
Was it the Ministry
sure
of
it was Doyle?
Ministry of Darkness or something like that? Was the vampire? There was
Gangrel.
Gangrel.
Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, they were
Yeah.
the Brood. This is when I used to watch wrestling.
Yeah,
like
so
that era,
but
like
that,
Attitude
that
era.
was called the Ministry.
It was
No,
Ministry of Darkness.
Was it?
Yeah. No, yeah, it was.
I
It
need
was
to
Minis-
brush up on my wrestling.
It was because that was the Undertaker, but the whole thing was that he was working.
I remember
for
when,
Vince McMahon.
like, when
I had to know this.
me and Mulvo from the very famous podcast, The Wolf Thing, Which Masker, out now on all good streaming. When we were kids, he really got into wrestling. Not really, but like, you know, he did get into it.
Yeah.
We'd probably tell you.
That was the golden age there.
And well, yeah. And I remember like going around and like very much the same kind of thing with the when we were into music together. And he went, "Yo, listen to this band. this song's called Kickstart My Heart.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. And I was like, it was me. It was a very similar thing with Malvern wrestling and me and skating.
Okay.
Oh, sick.
I very much went the skating way.
Yeah, yeah.
And Malv.
We're wrestling.
Not to the point where we didn't, we stopped hanging out, obviously. But like, I never got it.
It's like Coronation Street on steroids. That's
Yeah,
what
I get
Literally.
it.
But as
I
a
get
kid,
what it
though,
is, but I never got it.
Like, I think
makes no
for a
sense.
very long time, I thought it was complete real. Like, I didn't understand that there was a story behind it.
Yeah,
for a
there's
very
always
long time.
from
I
the
got
beginning.
into it when I was really young, 'cause that was when Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior were huge.
Isn't there a term for when they break?
Kayfabe.
Kayfabe.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one. So you see, I get why they never do.
They
But
can't. Well, the kayfabe don't really exist no more
Yeah, now it doesn't because of social media and everything
because everyone
else.
knows that it's predetermined.
Yeah, but back in the day,
yeah.
'cause there was a whole. I only know most of this because Undertaker did a podcast with Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
which is really fucking good.
I completely
Like-
get why they keep it up because it's like the modern day. I don't know. It's like
I don't think there is an equivalent of it
No,
anymore.
there's not. Brock Lesnar went on the Stone Cold podcast and said, this was completely outside of kayfabe, and it was like, so what made you go to the UFC? And it obviously is to legitimise, I am known as the fucking baddest bastard in the WWE, so I need to prove myself in real. So real fight fans will understand. And then Brock Lesnar said, but if you watch WWE on a Monday night and watch Raw and don't get entertained by it, then there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
There is
entertaining
something
as
for
well.
everyone in that.
Yeah.
In that sports entertainment, there's one thing. Like, Raw is what it used to be when I watched it was 3 hours long. It's a long time, man. There is something for everyone in that.
Do you think that goes back to
made in Chelsea.
no, like
It's the same thing, though.
Sorry.
the genetic
It
makeup?
is the same thing. It
No, it
is
is the
very
same thing.
similar.
The genetic makeup of man, going back years and years back, where like fighting would have been a sport amongst cavemen.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
I think one thing with wrestling
Proving yourself.
is you'll
Yeah,
have someone like
100%,
Rey
yeah.
Mysterio fight someone like the Great Khali.
Yeah.
And that's meant
There's
to
no weight
legitimize.
classes
or
nothing,
like
yeah.
you're meant to believe that. Like, okay, yeah, cool, I'm fully in. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's where it kind of
Wait,
like,
fucking- who was
Andre
it,
the Giant and Hulk Hogan.
yeah, yeah.
Fucking was it Kurt Angle who fucking picked up fucking Big Show?
No, John Cena,
They
wasn't it?
got Big Show
Have you
on a
Did the
superplex on the top rope, and then superplexed him down, and then the ring broke.
him picking up fucking Big Show?
Yeah, man.
Oh my fucking god!
I mean, there
like
is-
you
yeah.
can fucking stage the outcome of anything,
Oh, no,
but that
even-
man to pick up Big
Yeah.
Show,
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
a big fucking
That's
dude.
a feat of
Jesus
that's a physical
Christ.
feat.
Well, there is like some of the
100%.
shit, like with, I think, again, I stopped watching wrestling about 2004, I think. But like Jeff Hardy, especially when I was watching,
Oh, I
it,
love Jeff Hardy.
that guy's fucking insane. Like the things that dude does to his body,
So-
fake or not.
Me and my brother were
everything
obsessed
else
with the
you
Hardy
want.
twins.
But like,
So,
what that dude does is fucking.
I've got figures of the Hardy
insane.
twins in the loft.
So if I try and show someone a wrestling, if I try and get someone into
I've got
wrestling,
loads of wrestling
Is that your
figures.
go-to?
it's
I
either
love that.
it's
I've
either
got a
like
Stone
an,
Cold Steve. Sorry, I've got a Stone Cold Steve Austin figure that I'm yet to give you. That
Dude,
to
I
find out.
love that. Again, I love it, dude. I've got figures in the loft.
Yeah, dude.
so if I'm trying to
Dude, like, you can be a fan of everything, dude. I love
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Beatles. I've got figures in the loft.
Yeah, but if you love something that much, you buy into the fucking
Yeah,
merch,
yeah.
don't you?
if I'm like
Oh,
explaining
definitely.
wrestling to someone and they don't really get it, then I'll be like, watch this and try and not get entertained. So it'd either be like the early 90s, mid 90s, late 90s, like TLC, which
Attitude
was
era.
like Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them like triple threat TLC matches with them. It's so hard not to get entertained. It's like get a ladder, powerbomb someone through a ladder through a table. It's sick. And then also recently, when I was proper into it a few years ago, I tried to like get my mum to watch it. And I was like, Mum, watch this match. It was Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens on the build up for Royal Rumble 2016, and Kevin Owens stacks all these steel chairs up, waiting for him to powerbomb Roman Reigns through it. Roman counters it and powerbombs Kevin Owens through these steel chairs. And my mum was like, "Oh, that's awful, that is." And I was like, "Yeah, it's predetermined and it's as fake as you like, but he's still going through
Yeah,
a
yeah,
steel
yeah,
chair."
I think that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say. Like when someone smacks you
Yeah.
on the head with a fucking chair, I don't care if it's like not a proper steel. It's still gonna
It's still
fucking
good,
hurt.
yeah,
Yeah,
you still
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
That was, have you, have you
And
seen
there
the
is shit
film
where
The
shit goes
Wrestler?
wrong. Sorry, there's like I think it was the last bit of wrestling I watched, and it was Shawn Michaels, and I can't remember who was fighting, and he gets smacked in the face, and his fucking whole face is just
Explodes,
pissing with
yeah.
blood.
That's not real.
Was he not?
No. So Ric Flair used to do that a lot, and he used to bleed like fuck to make it look real. They sort of illegalized
called
it.
blading?
It's called blading. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they'll have a little razor blade in their glove, And when they fall over and take a bump, they'll cut their head.
If you watch the film
I knew
The
that.
Wrestler's incredible. It was Darren Aronofsky, and Mickey Rourke plays the wrestler in it.
Okay.
And in that, because he's an aging wrestler, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's kind of like he's doing independent circuits now, and they're bringing him back for like the biggest fight of what was like when he was a famous. Cause it's almost kind of like modeled on Hulk Hogan a little bit. Like his height, he's like Randy the Ram.
Right.
Like that's how big he was, and now he's on like harder times doing independent signings and stuff like that. But the guy's broken. Like he's living in a caravan. He's like financially and physically fucked, but still doing it. And in that, it shows the whole them pre-planning fights, taking drugs like beforehand, like roiding up and stuff like that.
There's,
and the blading and stuff like that. It
wow.
covers
I'll
all
watch
of
that
it. It's
then.
a
I've
really
never
fucking
seen
good
it.
film.
There's an
I like Mickey
interview with Andrew WK who used to wrestle as well.
Oh, we did, yeah.
Yeah.
And he I think it was a Nardwar.
Really?
I think it was a Nardwar interview.
Did he bring up his like dead auntie from
and
30 years ago?
he just goes, "Baboom!" and I've got this for you. But in it, Andrew WK, he goes, "I haven't got anything like sharp on me, but let me see if I can get it going." And starts like with his thumbnail, rubbing the centre of his forehead.
Yeah.
And he just about gets it going.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's that thin from years of doing it.
Yeah.
When we
you
used to
just
do
bleed.
it.
It's like Devon Dudley, the one of the two Dudley boys.
The black one.
Yeah. If you look at him now, he came. The Dudley boys came back in like 2016 and did a little stint. His whole forehead is just completely scarred.
They seem like the name of the Dudley boys make them sound like they are a bunch of preteens.
No, the Dudley boys were legit.
Solving crimes with the
They
dog.
were. Like, I remember watching them when I was a
fat
kid.
dudes with camo on.
And they were from Dudleyville. And
was,
who was the one? Bubba
Bubba Ray Dudley.
And he was
Devon
intense,
Dudley.
man.
Yeah, and Bubba Ray, like, they had this whole storyline where he was just insanely bent on putting everyone through a table.
Yeah.
And he got to the point where he like grabbed Lita and put Lita through a table, and every time he'd like he'd go on the top rope,
Lita's a
powerbomb
chick.
powerbomb him through a table and just sit there and stare.
Yeah.
And it was like this whole storyline was just deep. Bubba Ray is just hell bent on putting everyone through tables.
You know,
it's so good.
You know the wrestler Sting.
Yeah.
Not the
Not the
lead
Crow?
singer-
The
lead singer.
Yeah, well, it is.
Well,
yeah.
we
Is
say,
that what you're going to?
See, right.
Rich.
Obviously, my friend Pete used to collect a lot of, Batman, as I've said before, and stuff like that, and memorabilia. And he had a lot of stuff of the movie The Crow.
Yeah.
And like me and Rich used to wind him up a fucking treat, going, "Yo, is that action figure from Sting the movie?"
Honestly, if you ever see Rich
so
posts,
fucked off.
Yeah.
like R.I.P. fucking Brandon Lee, it's a picture of Sting. Like, it's fucking
so
hilarious, man.
Who was your favourite wrestler?
Jeff Hardy was mine. I think when I was a kid, it was like Bret Hart.
Oh yeah,
I love
See,
Bret
I'm
Hart.
not. I love Bret Hart, but I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin for
I
a
can't even
yeah.
have one. I haven't even got one.
You
Have you not?
If
No, like,
I was to guess,
Yours would be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You
I'm telling you
reckon?
now.
he drinks
Yeah.
beer,
He drinks
swears
beer
at
and he
people.
fucking hates the authority.
yeah, he sounds cool.
And he just sticks middle
On
fingers up
point.
and drinks beers.
It sounds pretty on point. Yeah.
Yeah, no. When I was really young, like pre-10, it was like Ultimate Warrior.
Really?
Yeah, my brother was a massive Hulk Hogan fan, so I was like the
Yeah.
opposite.
Yeah,
of him.
yeah, yeah. Cool.
And they were
Yeah.
like, in
What about Macho Man
competition
Randy
with each other.
Savage?
Hated him.
Really?
Never got him.
No.
Really?
Never got him.
But he was Bonesaw in the Spider-Man.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Which is one of the best things.
Three minutes to play time. But when he was an actual wrestler, he looked quite slender and
Yeah,
strong.
man.
And that.
3 minutes.
That film is so trash.
Oh.
It's so fucking
I know,
trash.
that's a good film.
Now I
Yeah,
watched
it's
it
a good
again
film.
before I watched the last Spider-Man film. It's trash.
Oh,
I think
it's
it's
so
quite good.
trashy
I
good
It's
though.
fucking all. It looks like it could have been made in 1973.
It's
great,
I
yeah.
legit think.
You know what
it's
it is?
good
There's one scene on a balcony.
Willem Dafoe is.
I
sick in
fucking
it.
hate Willem Dafoe, man.
What? Willem Dafoe's a
It's
fucking
look,
god.
It's a personal thing. You're allowed to like him. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just surprised. I'm just
Have you seen
surprised.
that picture of him like with a fag and holding two oranges?
Yeah, yeah.
I love that picture so much.
I'll put it on screen.
There's
I don't
There's
know
a
what
picture of
it's
Willem Dafoe with a fag and like a mouldy orange and a nice
Oh, okay.
orange, but everyone's photoshopping like him just holding different things with a fag in his mouth.
about. Okay, in that case, I'll post it with a podcasting link to it.
Yeah.
My,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sick.
My favourite wrestler to get in there is Rob Van Dam.
Really? Do you know he got done for smoking too
Any-
much weed?
Really?
Yeah.
Is there any relation?
No, he used to look like Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm pretty sure that's all it
Jean-Claude Van
was.
Damme.
Well, that was his whole fucking
No, I
thing.
think he
wasn't
looked
it?
like, and he could do the split shit like that.
But I just fucking love the frog splash.
Frog splash, that's the
Yeah,
signature
I just
move,
love fucking
I
watching him
loved
fight.
early Jericho as well. When Jericho first came into it,
Mate, Chris Jericho, man. Oh, I love Chris Jericho.
Ooh.
Oh, I love him.
The Wars of
Like-
Jericho.
yeah, like, but
I love Y2J when he came back.
That's
And he
what-
was like a fucking
Yeah.
rock star. and he
yeah,
was
that's
like,
what I mean. When he first came to WWE, and he was like, they had that whole It was a Millennium Countdown, 'cause it was like 99.
Yeah.
And his whole...
They built that up for weeks.
Yeah, dude, for so fucking long. Jericho was fucking dope. But no, like as soon as I saw Jeff Hardy, I was like,
Jeff Hardy's a badass.
He's fucking
for a tag
phenomenal.
team, like me and my brother were always obsessed with the Hardy Brothers for a tag team thing. I think my brother's favourite wrestler was Scotty Tahati.
Yeah, nice.
He was dope.
He's a fucking...
Yeah.
he always did the worm, didn't he?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
thing, wasn't it?
That's a weird
No, that
one.
wasn't him. That was who was the other one? Scotty Tuhati and
The worm, the finisher.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. That was like a
No,
comedy
shit
thing.
move. What was his name? Who was the other one? There was two. There was Scotty Tuhati and
What, for what?
Too Hot. The tag team. And they had Rikishi with them.
Rikishi, yeah.
It's
I
hard. It was
can't
Scotty
remember.
Tuhati.
One of Rikishi's moves was like getting you in the fucking
His ass,
ropes,
yeah,
his ass in your face.
yeah. Do you know, like, because
A stink face?
their family,
face,
like
yeah.
Roman Reigns is in that family, The Rock is in that
Yeah,
family.
the Uso brothers. Oh, the
Yeah, yeah.
Usos. Oh, Rikishi's
Oh,
sons.
and there's the Somalian...
Somalian pirates.
Samoan.
Samoan. Sorry, Samoan.
Wrong side
Samoa
of the
Joe.
world.
Samoa Joe. is
Samoa
it?
Joe,
Isn't that
yeah.
relative
One,
to the Rock?
Yeah,
I don't
that's you remember Yokozuna?
Yeah.
So he was like basically like a huge fucking Samoan dude, and they couldn't sell him, so they made him Japanese.
And they put Mr. Fuji as his manager.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
made him like a proper Yokozuna, like a sumo wrestler. Because
yeah.
Yokozuna's like as a term
Yeah.
is a champion, and he was like fucking huge, and then he got really fat and died.
One of the things that I remember like actually like seeing something about wrestling that I was actually like quite
I apologise if you don't like
Impressed
wrestling
with.
and you're like watching us
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
geek out about it. Like I'm
Well,
genuinely
like,
not a wrestling fan. I just remember a lot from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, same, man. Like, kind of. But like, I remember the one thing that I like actually kind of like, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It was like, the you know, Dwayne Johnson had been acting for ages. Like, you know, he went, no, I want to be the Scorpion King and shit.
The Scorpion King film fucking bangs.
Do you know what the thing
Oh, I
is
don't
about?
know.
Right.
But the thing
It
is,
bangs.
when he came back and
Well,
there
he
was
was in
like
the Mummy first, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what the
yeah.
character was in.
The CGI in that
It's
at the
fucking
time of
horrendous.
CGI, fuck
It's
me.
terrible.
It's horrendous.
But the thing
Fuck
that
me.
he did when he come back, and it was just like this massive fucking arena and a ring in the middle, and it went dark, and there was just some kind of music,
I know,
and
I
then
love
all of a sudden it went, "Can you smell?" And everyone lost their
Yeah.
shit. I was like,
That
"That's
happened-
pretty sick." to
That
be
happened.
fair.
WrestleMania 33 was my favourite WrestleMania of past 10 years, probably my favourite WrestleMania. But
What number are they on now?
they're on 36 or 37 now.
Oh right, okay. So it's only 2 years.
Is it like one a year?
Yeah, one a year, yeah.
Okay.
So WrestleMania 33, there was a what?
Because there was a fight he had with Sting where he was
that was in
fucked up.
TNA. That was
Yeah,
The
he was that
lead singer of the
fucked up.
police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd watch that every day.
Dressed as
man.
Brandon Lee out the Crow.
Yeah.
And he was that fucked. Like
the
fight
ref had to call it halfway.
that lasted like
Right.
30 seconds.
He put him.
Nice.
So Sting did the Stinger finishing move like straight
He, thought-
away.
he named that on a Friday afternoon. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So he
And his
gave,
name will finish a move.
so
Sting,
this
yeah,
was like
cool.
the main event of Bound for Glory, which is like TNA's version of WrestleMania.
It's like if I had a move called the Jenker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
literally.
and it
The
was like
Sunny, yeah.
this was the main event of Bound for Glory. Sting comes out, Jeff Hardy comes out, and then the ref knows. I think it was Eric Bischoff was the like CEO of TNA at the time.
Oh mate, we're deep now.
He comes out and says no wait, and just to get kill some time. Jeff's fucked in the corner. Goes up to the ref and says, "Mate, Sting's gonna hit his finishing move straight away. He's gonna hold a hard pin because obviously the pins are fake. It's like kick out at 2, whatever. Hold a hard pin and it's gonna end and Sting's gonna win. And then Sting does his finishing move straight away. Pins Jeff. You can see Jeff kicking out at 2, but Sting just holds it, goes off, and then Jeff's just sitting there like, what the fuck's just happened? And then it turns out that it's because he was so fucked on drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, that you just didn't know.
He's got
Like,
fired
he
again from
forgot
WWE,
what-
hasn't he? Because I saw someone.
I think he got DUI.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough about wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
One
could
one
go on
thing,
about
one
that.
thing. If you're ever at a kind of charity event or anything like a food festival or something, there's always a WWF tent for the World Wildlife
yeah, mate, I've got a
Federation.
That's why they had to
of-
change the name.
No, I've got a video of fucking hoo-ha suplexing Watson.
Yeah.
And then Ronnie ran over and goes, 1, 2, 3. It's fucking
Outside the
epic.
WWF tent.
Yeah.
If I've still got the video, I'll post it.
Yeah,
I think Watson has it. So
Oh, okay, then sound. Yeah, yeah.
must do.
Right.
But well, just quickly then, have you been to a wrestling?
Yeah, I've been to 4 or 5.
Like proper one, like WWE ones. Oh, okay. I was gonna say we should go to like a crappy independent one.
I've never been to
I'd go to.
I went to one in Mexico.
Independent one.
Well, our friend Cohen and Chloe,
Oh,
they
fucking
know,
lunched it.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking sick.
Sorry.
I got smashed.
Well, he's not.
okay.
He's like the hottest shit at the minute.
Yeah,
Well, he was.
friends of ours.
Went to school with Pete Dunne. If anyone knows Pete Dunne, he's the bruiserweight. He's from Birmingham, and he was in a tag team called the British Strong Style, and their whole thing was fucking Peaky Blinders, like that kind of thing, and they were fucking great.
The only problem is I remember watching it as a kid. Whenever British people did cut promos, it just never hit the same.
But Pete Dunne's like the worst. Like, he's such a good heel, you want to hate him.
Okay,
like, do you know when a heel's that good that you actually hate him?
Yeah.
He's like that, but I love him.
Okay.
But yeah, I always wanted to fucking just get pissed and watch Royal Rumble or WrestleMania, so we could do that.
Why don't we do that?
WrestleMania's in April, but I haven't been watching WWE for years.
Let me know. Most of them working on Monday morning.
AEW now, isn't it?
I
That's the
love a
one
bit
to
of
watch.
AEW. Yeah.
One thing.
We can fucking gogglebox it.
Google box it, film the fucking.
Tying some stuff together with the podcast and ourselves. Andy Williams from Every Time I Die, obviously the Butcher and the Blade.
Yep.
What is he? What is he in WWE?
No, he's in AEW. So WWE, everyone hates WWE because Vince McMahon is still in charge and he makes horrendous writing decisions.
Yeah, okay.
So they started another promotion. Like, a lot of the people that got sacked from WWE started their own promotion called AEW.
Didn't Jericho do that one?
Jericho's in AEW now. A load of wrestlers from WWE and past, like WCW, are all in AEW
We spoke about
now.
one the other week, didn't we?
Like Diamond
Ruby
Dallas
Soho.
Page is in AEW.
Yeah.
Jericho.
Just doing some yoga.
DDP Yoga.
Yeah.
And Andy Williams
That
is
looks
in.
so fucking sick though, to be fair, the yoga he does.
Yeah, wasn't it? Whose life was it? It was like.
He saved Jericho's life.
Jake
and
the Snake?
He saved Jake the Snake's
That was
life.
right. Yeah.
So if you ever listen to, like, if you like wrestling as a casual, listen to the fucking Chris Jericho podcast. It's called I don't know what it's called. I used to listen to it all the time. Just Chris Jericho's
Chris
podcast.
Jericho podcast.
And his main sponsor is DDP Yoga, and he does like a 20-minute bit at the start. So it saved my life, man. DDP Yoga, my friend from back in the day.
There's a good podcast with Andy Williams talking about doing his wrestling. It's on the downbeat.
Yeah,
Not to plug another fucking podcast, but it's on the downbeat, and it's obviously talking about his music, but he talks about his wrestling on that.
I can't remember what the name. I listened to it because it was the only thing that obviously when Every Time I Die split up, I thought, what the fuck happened to Rat Boy, the original drummer?
Yeah.
And Andy Williams on his podcast, which I can't fucking remember.
Is
the
he
name of,
does it with his missus?
which might be up on the screen now. No, he does it with
Well,
his
it's going
mate.
to have to be.
Well, it's going to have to be now. I'll find it on.
All right.
He does it with Rat Boy. Mike, I can't remember his real name, but his nickname was Rat Boy, like, all the way through.
Yeah,
Every Time I Die, like Every Time I Die fans would know him as Rat Boy. And like it's
Say
like
Rat Boy 4 more times.
Rat Boy. So he, and it was that was really good. But like, tying it in back more with,
Yeah.
I always saw a picture of the Butcher and the Blade,
Which is a tag team.
So he's the Butcher,
Andy,
so
he's the Butcher. And obviously me wanting to get a bit
Beefier.
a bit
sexier.
well, just fitter. That picture about Andy Williams, I was like, that's how I want to look.
Okay,
Yeah, man.
I want to look like that.
Yeah, because he's not like
He's not like absolutely
a fat
ripped.
wrestler or like too stocky. He's like athletic.
Yeah.
He's like,
big
it's
guy, he's got that
proper,
brawler body.
like brawler body. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I want to look like. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm aiming towards.
Sean messaged.
Oh,
We ain't got the
Sean,
fucking jingle no more.
Sean Bradley.
Should we give him a
Should we just give him one of these? No.
Hold on. Go bank one. The old ones that now.
What's this one?
COVID-19!
Yeah, give him one of them.
So the term for a tattooed strongman is vaudevillian.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the actual term for it. It's a
Okay.
vaudevillian
Oh.
strongman.
Last podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Vaudevillian.
Vaudevillian.
Vaudevillian, that's a cool name.
So that is, yeah.
Is that in a language, or is it?
No, it's,
Like, does it mean something in a
it's
language?
in Morse
or-
code.
It's in Morse code.
Yeah, it's in Morse code. You don't ever say it out loud, so I've just broken the rules by saying it.
Morse code.
Yeah, that's it. That's how you say it. Right, for my segment, which screen am I on?
Go back one. Go back one.
How many fucking screens have we got?
Red one.
Bear.
If you got them.
Sonny.
Is that Jamie T?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
If you got them.
Sonny.
Oh, okay.
Do you know that's
No
my-
longer lonely.
We were talking about Jamie T.
We were talking about
weren't we? Or
JT,
like,
yeah.
I can't remember how we came into conversation,
No,
and we were
no.
both just like, you know what? I really fucking like
I
Jamie
like
T.
Jamie T.
I love Jamie T.
Yeah, he's
Jamie
fucking
T, son.
wicked.
Good chat.
I
What
don't
is?
Is
think
that what
you've
that
been
came
to
about?
Jamie T
Yeah,
whatsoever.
I've listened to one song.
Is that why that
legit.
came about? After the conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Okay. What is your favourite one artist album?
What?
One artist album.
So, like, for example, Pistols only had one album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Minor
else?
Threat only had one album.
Well,
Dem Cooking Vultures only had one album. So, what is your favourite solo
Like a one-hit
outing?
wonder album.
Yeah, well, it's not one hit wonder because they only did one album.
Yeah, but I mean, a one-hit wonder album. Like it was that album was the only thing they did.
They only did,
Nothing
yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Right. God fucking hell.
Because there aren't many to pick
I mean,
from.
there
out
are
of the
a
ones
lot.
you've given me, out of the three, I love Minor Threat, but like, I think I've overall listened more to Pistols.
Yeah, I thought you'd say
Enjoyed
Pistols.
that one. Like,
Mine's
A lot
gone
more.
fucking blank.
yeah. Did the Germs only have one record? They did 2 live albums. Didn't
fuck, they did, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so
So
that's
live
one.
albums don't count.
G.I. by the Germs.
they? Yeah, G.I.
Yeah,
by the
yeah,
Germs. That's
yeah.
fine.
Shit, I can't think, man. You really put
Yeah,
me on
yeah,
the
yeah.
See,
spot.
but I've got one or two.
Well, the Germs did one live album and one like extended demo album, didn't they?
It was like an album.
Yeah.
Like, it
You
was
know
an
what?
album. G.I. by Germs.
Yeah,
Easy
G.I.
one.
was the album.
By default.
G.I. What it's called G.I.
Robert Johnson's
bit
first
of
album.
bit of trivia, yeah. Because the Germs had that bad of a reputation that promoters and stuff, bookers wouldn't book them, so they went in under GI, as in like G.I. Joe, but it was it stood for Germs Incognito.
Oh, okay.
And as well, the Sex Pistols went on tour for a very same reason, like because they had like all this bad rep, no one would book them, as the Spots. And
Okay.
Spots is Sex Pistols on tour.
No way.
Oh,
I didn't
There
know
you go.
either of those things.
There you go.
Shimfo.
What was yours, Mitch? Sorry.
King of the Delta Blues, Robert Johnson.
No. Oh, yeah, nice.
I mean, by default, it's only one album, but it's still only one
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So mine would be either Jeff Buckley Grace.
yeah.
Oh, was that the only other one?
Yeah, he died.
Okay, I didn't know this.
There was an album after called Sketches for My Sweetheart the Drunk, but it was just rough recordings.
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
his
yeah.
mum put together. So he only had one album before he died. Or Lauryn Hill, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
You know, I'm a massive fan of Charles Bradley.
Yes.
I know he had every Charles Bradley album. They've released one since.
Oh,
his death.
really?
Yeah, yeah. And I didn't know whence it came.
Whence it came.
Because I was in a record shop and I was flicking. I don't know why I was flicking through it, because I knew in my head I had all of them.
Yeah.
So I think I was just looking to see what they had, and they had another one. I was like, motherfucker. But I didn't buy it because I didn't have
I went record shopping this
because
week.
I had
actually.
about 17 albums already.
Yeah.
So I was
I'm
like,
trying to find Thelonious Monk live in '64, which is why I kind of like recommended it to you
Yeah.
as well, because I fucking dig that album. Like that and the Sun Ra album, I'm really trying to get at the moment, but I can't find it.
Go to my man Rich at Ignite Record Shop in
Ignite
Oasis.
Record Shop
Where's
in
that?
Oasis.
In Oasis.
I went there. I asked him.
What was this? Huh?
Yeah, yeah. He was like, try on records all day. He's like, these things they're putting.
Oh,
something
if
out.
I had my phone number, I'll probably be able to get it. Yeah.
I'll get it.
Who else has only had one album?
It's hard to think.
It's
Mother,
really
Mother
fucking
Love
hard,
Bone
isn't
only
it?
had one album called Apple.
Sonny, have a Google.
I went to say Joy Division, then I
Have a
forgot
quick
about Unknown
Google.
Pleasures.
Well, they're two. They're closer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's all I had.
But
mate,
this
isn't it?
conversation, because I thought Closer was the first, but it's the second,
Second
isn't it?
album, yeah.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and
But I
Love-
think musically, when you listen
and
to
Love Will
it,
Tear
it
Us Apart
sounds
and
like it should
Atmosphere.
be the first because it's got.
Ron neither.
It's almost like it's less arsed. You know what I mean? Like Unknown Pleasures is a fucking bang of an album. You listen to Closer, which is good. I really like Closer. But in comparison to Unknown Pleasures, it's like they've put 110% into the album. And when they did Closer, it was like,
Okay,
it
so
sounds
this
like they're
is
starting out.
NMEs.
Fair
21
play.
Brit.
But it's a banging
Jeff
album,
Buckley's number one on this one
Okay.
with Grace. The Germs is number 2.
Sick.
The Lars.
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill, Miseducation of. The Postal Service. It's a good album, actually. Woo Leaf.
Don't know.
No idea.
Them Cooking Vultures.
Yeah.
Huh.
ODB only had one album, didn't
Did he?
I don't know if you can count, though, because the amount of stuff we did with Wu-Tang.
he? Yeah,
But
on
it's
solo
solo,
stuff.
though.
But let's say that because you can count, like, because even though Sex Pistols like Pill, you know what I mean? Like, you still count them, even though he did.
Yeah,
Probably should be limited.
Yeah, kind of.
Dark Side, The Seahorses, Jolted John,
Did Temple of the Dog only have one album?
the United States of America. Never heard of them. Larkin Love. I mean, I'm guessing by the fact that we haven't heard of these, there's not many.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's a
Late
reach.
of the Pier, Joseph K, Minor Threat, The Monks, Young Marble Giants, The Good, the Bad, and the Queen. The Modern
The Good,
Lovers.
Bad, and the Queen. Do you know who that is?
No.
That's Damon Albarn.
Oh yeah.
And it is
Paul Simonon.
Paul Simonon from the from the.
So a lot of these are going to be people from other bands making like a one-off album sort of thing.
I mean,
Derek
same thing
Dominoes?
with them Crooked Vultures,
Yeah.
really, wasn't it? That's exactly what that is.
What a great power group that was.
It
Yeah,
was,
no, it really
and that they
was.
did like almost like threaten a second album, didn't they, for a bit, and then it never came out.
Oh, Temple of the Dog as well.
I was
That's
gonna say,
anyone album.
I just said that, yeah.
I'm
Temple
sorry,
of the Dog,
yeah,
had
Temple
one,
of the
yeah.
Dog. That's a fucking great album as well.
Which, for those who don't know, is Eddie Vedder and Chris Cornell.
And the rest of Pearl Jam.
How many
the
people
rest
do you
of Pearl
think Nirvana had one album?
Yeah, probably
I mean,
loads.
there's so many
just never
people.
mind.
that think
Do you
that-
count?
yeah.
Do you count them as having 3 or 4 albums? Or do you count Incesticide?
I do count
Incesticide,
Incesticide.
yeah.
So it is B-sides and rarities essentially, isn't it?
I do still
Oh,
count
is it? Is it
Yeah.
just like
It was like stuff of unreleased music.
I
It
mean,
wasn't a
we
studio album.
know that the
see,
Eagles'
that's the thing,
best
in
of
its
shouldn't count.
studio.
The what?
The Eagles' best of.
Oh yeah, but it's the greatest selling album of all time.
Yeah.
yeah,
But it
and
shouldn't
it's a
count.
Best of.
Yeah, best of shouldn't count.
shouldn't count.
No.
Period.
Shouldn't
The
count.
best of compilations,
shouldn't
live
count.
albums don't count.
It's like you ask someone, what's your favourite Zeppelin album? They say Mothership.
Yeah,
Fuck off.
No.
yeah. And like EP shouldn't count as well.
No.
No,
It's
EPs.
albums, isn't it?
It's an EP.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be an LP.
But the trouble is, it's like you get certain bands where, like Yard Act, for example, they released way too much, I think, for an EP, where it ended up being the full album anyway.
Nah. What? The fucking Dark Days, whatever it's called. The EP.
No, but they had like 2 separate EPs where they had like 3 or 4 songs on one EP and 3 or 4 on another. And the
Yeah.
majority of those are on the album anyway. And they
Oh
released
yeah,
that many.
Crosses did that.
That many that what you've already listened to is the album anyway.
Crosses
bar,
was
bar like 4 or 5 songs.
it was
perhaps.
Chino from Deftones and Sean Lopez from Far, and they basically did a band called Crosses, which was like 3 crosses, and they released EP 1, and then EP 2 and EP 3, and then released an album which was an accumulation of those 3 EPs.
Well, it's like Skin that went to see. She's got 3 EPs,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's all she plays. Like maybe that's how she's doing
Yeah.
it. And
Which I
not
do-
doing a
I
full
mean,
album, which is fine.
there was that
But the
thing.
amount that she played was enough to play a gig.
Yeah, there is that thing there
of
with music
EPs.
though, with the way music's perceived now. You don't need to release studio albums anymore.
No,
Dead,
you don't.
Dead
no.
Cross have got more than one album out of it. Mike Patton, Dave Lombardo.
Yeah, they've got. I know 2. I don't know if they've got more than that.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that was the wrong statement.
Okay.
I think albums as a full body of work are something that you listen to from start to finish, and it is a story, or if it isn't a story,
Including the best of.
no, not a best of.
So just
but
a
like-
studio album.
Or
so
an
a studio
an
album.
anthology.
I still prefer them.
Go into a studio
Shit,
to record an
I thought
album
someone was
for a
outside.
full body of work that works from start to finish.
I think
There's
that comes
all-
down to
that's
the album
always-
though.
Like,
Like if you listen to a Pink Floyd album, you have to listen to it start to finish.
Agree,
Like
no,
if
but
you
what
listen
I'm
to
saying
The
is
Wall,
that-
you've got to listen to it
No,
start
but if
to
you
finish.
listen to any album, you should
Yeah.
listen to it start
Oh,
to
you
finish
should,
because
100%.
it's all been recorded in the same space of time.
The first 2 times when I did a night at the opera, I listened to it without with skipping Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the last time I listened to the whole of it
With it,
with it.
you kind of need to.
The thing
Because
is
I
with that
skipped
album,
Teen Spirit when I listened to
think
Nevermind.
it's a very sporadic album though, because
It is
like,
a very sporadic
every
album.
song doesn't seem to fit into the next song.
The problem, there is a problem. So I would,
The one song that I thought led on completely like seamlessly to the next song, which is the strangest.
When it goes into I'm in love with my car. What's the song before
Yes.
that? Yeah,
Lazy Sunday Sunday afternoon,
Yeah, because
and Lazy Sunday afternoon is
the ending of that song is the start of I'm in love with my car.
yeah, and it like the 2 songs. I mean, like Lazy Sunday afternoon sounds like a Queen song, even though it's like that kind of it's like vaudevillian kind of like lazy. You know what I mean? It sounds like
It's
it
very
would be
janky,
played.
isn't it?
It sounds like it would be played at like fucking Pontins in the fucking
Yeah,
30s.
100%. Yeah.
But it sounds like a Queen song still,
Yeah.
and I don't think that I'm in love with my car really sounds like a Queen song.
No, it doesn't. But
Do you
it's
know what I
because it's a
mean?
Roger Taylor song. And if you listen
Yeah.
to Roger Taylor's solo stuff,
Yeah,
which is fucking good, and I will recommend you an album of Roger Taylor.
you can listen to it.
I think you'll give it a go.
I mean it's my favourite song on that album.
Oh, okay then.
So maybe.
Maybe yeah.
Like
there's a
it's got all Roger Taylor's qualities in that song.
Mm.
But the only trouble with that is as it bleeds into the next one, is the way it changes. Like, and maybe they did it for the shock value, but how it goes from Lazy on a Sunday afternoon into I'm in love with my car, it's like a quick change into it. You're like, oh fucking hell!
So
Like,
the
tempo changes and everything about it changes.
But it
Which it works
does,
well.
It does go really well into it, which is very, very fucking strange because
like
the rest of the album
blue
is
balling
very
you, innit?
like.
I'm sorry, I don't care. Like, I don't care at all. Like, you're both kind of like trying to.
But in terms of a music fan, as to how you can
I
get
get
from
it.
one song to another.
Yeah,
I know the bands I like do it. Like, Nine Inch Nails do it all
I
the
think
time.
if you listen to that album now,
Yeah.
like I think that would be one thing that would surprise
Okay,
you.
yeah.
You
Because
know
like,
what I
one
mean?
thing like Nine Inch Nails, Will Haven, Tool especially,
Yeah.
have done is like they'll make one song bleed into the next song, and then it does make an
I
album.
love
flow
that
better.
shit.
No, I do. Like it makes an album.
I was listening
more
to The Wall
cohesive.
today at work, and you can't listen to tracks singularly. In fact, no, the only song you can listen to on its own from The Wall is Comfortably Numb.
Yeah.
Right, no,
Yeah.
yeah, Comfortably Numb, yeah. Because that
There's the only one where there's no.
stops
Yeah.
and starts. Everything else bleeds into the
But it's
next.
like Queen's Songs for the Deaf because it's done as a radio station.
Yeah.
Like the amount of like it's kind of like outro more than it is intro.
Yeah.
The separation is cohesive.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
a way, the separation
It
between
always
songs.
makes it boring. When I used to DJ, it makes it a bore. Like it's kind of like line up, like especially when you're like I've got a minute left.
Yeah.
And it's like nope, that's like 37 seconds of radio fucking tuning and
to change the dynamic of the bands we mentioned, two good albums that do that is the first NWA album
yeah,
and Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like the way they bleed into the next, it makes you want to listen to it start to finish.
yeah.
And I'm a massive fan of listening to it now. Like I don't put like
Oh, totally.
playlists on and that. I put albums on.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
no,
I listen to
I
albums.
do,
start
but
to finish.
I made a playlist.
I'm a slag for a playlist,
I'm-
as you are.
Yeah, I made a
But like sitting
phenomenal
and
playlist.
listening
Now,
to I
which
think-
is
I
why I
think
love
it's-
CDs and vinyl so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy
Yeah.
to skip a CD,
but
but
the
a vinyl, you've got to be precise if you
Yeah,
want to skip
yeah.
a fucking track.
Yeah.
So you
I
put
mean,
it on
like-
and listen to it.
Our mate Joe, who I love dearly, even though he's short. We've been.
Oh, Joe.
He's been around and listening to records of mine before, and one's been out of its packaging,
Sleeve.
face down on the grate. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh, Joe. And he's like, no, it's fine. I'm just looking for this song, and he's trying to skip to a certain song on
no,
a
you can't
vinyl.
with vinyl, man.
You
So
risk scratching it then,
it's-
don't you?
Yeah, I was like, no, just put the fucking
Yeah.
album on, man. Like,
That's part of
It's a
vinyl.
good
That's the beauty of
album.
I
vinyl.
tell you what, it's very different, but it goes on to vinyls. One thing I hate with modern vinyl players is, you have that option where it stops the vinyl as it gets to the end of the track.
yeah,
It cuts off most of the song.
I've never heard it.
So like I was listening to
heard of this. I've not seen this.
fucking Zeppelin
Or
album,
heard
you
it.
led me, right? And when it got to the last song on the A side,
Yeah.
it gets to the end of that song, and then the needle jumps back a touch and
It might just be the
stops.
record.
But then if I switch the option off, it plays the rest of the song,
What, and goes into the runoff?
and then it goes into the runoff.
Oh, it's based on size then, isn't it? Because I think the perfect an album should be 42 minutes for
Yeah.
vinyl.
But like my
I know there
vinyl
is
is,
if you there's 42 minutes of real estate on two sides of a vinyl.
yeah.
Is the perfect amount. If
What's
there's
the
too much
perfect size?
for a record?
for a record?
Well, it was 12 inches, isn't it, for an
12
album?
inch.
Or 10 inches for an EP, or 7 inches for a single. Well, but there's no rules really because you can get 12-inch singles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's that guy
That
on that
fucking-
podcast we listened to, and he was saying how 12-inch for a single is the best because you've got the best sound out of it because the grooves aren't so squashed together.
Yeah, that's why if you
I
buy a
look-
deluxe album, there'll be two. The one side of a normal album will be 20 minutes, or you'll get two 12 inches that you play at 45
I love Dope
because there's
Smoke
more
for that.
there's more space.
Works very well, I think, with the first Black Sabbath album because it's only was it 8 tracks on it,
The first 3-4 albums, only 8 tracks.
Yeah,
and
I love
it's
that.
spaced out that much that as old as an album. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
all right, I've got like a new version of that album, but even still, it's seamless.
Yeah.
And when it bleeds into
Yeah.
the next song, it's seamless. When you get somewhere, it you can hear like a bit of a rush into the next fucking one because it's so close together.
I was thinking today actually because I was on like started to buy vinyl now. So I wanted to for years. I thought I need to start getting it now essentially. So when I come to actually wanting to collect it, I've already got a decent
Yeah.
foundation of. And I was like, if I was to buy one record of each band,
Yeah.
just one, what would it be? And I was thinking about Sabbath, and I think it would be Sabbath.
I haven't got that. That's the only one I don't have.
I'll lend it you, mate.
Sabbath.
It's fucking
I don't have it.
sensational.
I've got every other Sabbath
But I
album.
think that's made me decide what my favourite Sabbath album
I
is.
tell you what, we'll do a vinyl swap on this podcast.
Well, you
Okay.
still owe me Sticky Fingers,
I
mate.
do.
So,
Do you know what the annoying thing is as well? Because I owe you back obviously the first Zeppelin album you lent me, and Sticky Fingers, and I put them both by my bedroom door, as in Zeppelin 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I put them both by my bedroom door as I left to bring them here with the intent to give them to you, and I still fucking forgot.
I got a little bit of a flex for you. I valued my record collection the other day.
We spoke about it, didn't we?
Yeah, me, Jenk and Will had a little jam in here.
We did.
And,
Yes. To be fair, you know what? Because it was in here, I thought we spoke about it in the last podcast.
So I valued my whole record collection.
How much?
$3.5 grand.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking
Jesus.
hell, man. That's impressive.
I wanna value-
And
I wanna
Will
value
said
mine.
to me,
How did you value it?
I got an app for it.
Okay,
It's Discogs, isn't it?
Well, just
And-
kind
I'll
of.
have to do that.
You scan the barcode or you type in the serial number. If they
Right.
haven't got
Oh
barcode.
yeah, I went to. I think I must have been gone to bed that night, and I sat and I remembered it. I was like, "Oh, I'll get Discogs," and then I downloaded it and fucking sorted it, and kind of like in my head I was like, "Oh no, I've got that version of that." I know.
Yeah.
Go through it. Anyway, so, yeah.
There's about
Okay,
50
that's
million versions of
that's
every record though.
Oh,
They're
mate,
all priced
fucking
differently.
loads. I mean, like I went into some stuff that I know, like it's like stuff that's like more recent.
Yeah.
So I know I've got the Ice Blue version of Blossom by Rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
I know I've got the black and red splatter of Dead Cross's first album. So I looked at them and I know I've got like, you know, some Melvins
So more
and stuff
modern
like-
ones won't catch as much money.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
no, not that. It's just
No,
there's less versions.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So like I could easily find them. But I downloaded it. I sat in bed and I was like, all I want to do is go downstairs.
You know,
and
it was
just
such a
fucking
good
go
night.
through the whole thing.
All I did was get all of my records out, play them, because you go through your records, you forget that you've got fucking
Yeah,
albums.
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Played ones that I forgot about, just sat on my bedroom floor, just valuing them all. And I've got a really early Ramones It's Alive record, which I spoke about quite a bit.
You
And
slag.
I found out the other day that it's not only a really early Ramones It's Alive album, but it's a Czechoslovakian version of it.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
You know?
So and on the back it's printed in Czech.
You fucking slut.
See, I went through mine
I
the other
love
day,
it.
and I forgot, like,
Fucking
I used to
love
say,
it.
forget about half the, because most of mine are my dad's vinyls that he had. And I've got, like, original press. I've got every Queen album, original press, plus Freddie
Bullshit.
Mercury's solo. Well, my dad was is a
Yeah,
huge
yeah,
Queen
yeah.
fan.
Yeah.
I've got original press of Jethro Tull,
Nice.
Big Country, Supertramp,
Yeah.
What, Supertramp?
the one with the hand going through the grate.
Made in America.
Made in America.
What, with the woman from the fucking diner holding up a city?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
I got an early one of that, but I'll give it to my missus.
a few early Elton Johns, Michael Jackson's. I got Thriller,
I've got Thriller.
original press, and Bad.
I had Thriller.
I've got Thriller from someone gave it me when I was born.
I think I
I was
think
born in
Oh,
82.
actually,
I've got,
on this-
Thriller must have
the
been quite an early
Stranglers, original
Oh,
press,
yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
first
I-
album, Stranglers.
On this tangent, on Discogs, you can not only have your own collection, but it's also like eBay, but just for records.
Oh, really?
So if you want
Yeah.
something, it's on there. 'Cause
Oh,
it's like
sweet,
eBay.
okay.
yeah,
Look
it,
at that.
it serves as like
Do you know what came through?
Exactly
Do you know what
that.
came through the door the other
exactly
day?
One.
A 1987 press of Black Flag's My War.
Really?
Oh, I saw you
Fucking
posted that
cunt.
actually. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw you post that.
Guess how much
many?
I spent that for? Guess how much I bought that for?
What?
£40.
Really?
Yeah.
It's worth it.
And the only problem with it is the sleeve. You can't see the SSD logo at the bottom of the sleeve because it's rubbed off a little bit.
oh, that's fucking beautiful.
Right, on that note, I've got to edit this bitch. So let's call
fucking
it.
hell, yeah.
Next week we're gonna come in with our fucking
Well, let's
Discogs
let's
record collection.
Tell us your fucking goat, you prick.
Mine was Alfie's joke.
What was
Alfie's
it?
I can't remember now.
Oh, it's about fucking Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth
Oh,
Paltrow.
yeah. That one.
Mine is talking about pro wrestling because I love pro wrestling.
I did enjoy the wrestling segment actually. That was really
and
fun.
and Tracey Emin's a fucking bitch.
Yeah. Well, I love talking about art. So that's
No, she's not. So your unmade bed's a twat.
I enjoyed having a race upstairs with the Queen.
That's I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like it. More because of the mental image. Because when you're running up the stairs, you're on all fours. You went like you're a
Yeah,
kid.
definitely. Yeah, I am anyway. I never
Yeah, yeah.
stopped. Never
You
stopped.
never stopped. Carried on.
She's got to get in a chairlift.
Yeah.
What if she was rapid?
Hang on, one needs
Yeah, 'cause
to
she
get
goes
in
up-
the stanner.
She's the one who runs up on her fucking hands and knees, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what are you saying?
I reckon she
I
comes
like talking
down
about the
like
wrestling because it took me back to childhood, man. That was a good nostalgia trip.
Sick.
Right, regarding the podcast, Last week's episode, we were talking about Kanye performing at the Brits. I put a video up to coincide with that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we got a massive strike off YouTube. People were like, that's not okay. So it got blocked. It had to trim the segment out. So if you do watch it, there's a bit missing. It did mean that it didn't come out until like Friday, I think. So if you haven't watched it yet, go back and watch it. Jenk's episode number 2 about vampires is
Will
out
be out,
now.
yeah.
Will be
By the
out
time you
now.
watch this, it'll be
Yeah,
out now.
yeah.
Yeah.
How long is that one?
I think it's about 2.5 hours
Okay,
long.
cool.
I think. Is it?
Yeah, it's 2.
It's 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And the second episode of Low Fidelity comes out this Saturday. So
Sick. I'm looking forward
that's
to it.
everything, isn't it?
I
that's
think
it.
so, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all the that's all the business.
That's all the business.
That's the admin tied up.
Yeah, it's admin tied up very quickly, nicely. All right,
Thanks,
cool.
Should we-
Fantastic.
Thank you for watching.
Sorry, but
Oh, it's all right.
I've
Don't be
got a bit
sorry.
hyped up about this record talk.
Yeah.
So next week, can I say, doesn't have to be records, but music related. Can we do a show and tell next week?
Show and tell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Bring
I'm
in some
down with that.
records.
Bring record, music memorabilia, whatever.
Yeah.
If it's just one bit of paper that's cool, bring
Okay,
it in. We'll do a
cool.
little show and tell.
Yeah.
All right.
So that'll be my segment. for
It's
next week.
easy for me
Can you-
because if I forget, I can just walk up
Into
the
the house.
fucking.
Can you remind us on
Yeah,
Monday?
yeah.
I will,
That's gonna be
100%.
my
I like
segment
that.
for next week as a show and tell.
I already know what I'm bringing. You're going to slag me
I
off.
already know
You
what I'm
too.
bringing.
Yeah, it is you too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
I think I can guess what yours is.
there
gonna
will be. You can time. It will be time stamped.
I'm not time stopping that bit. You'll want to watch it from slagging me off, but there we go. Right,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you again for checking us out.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you very
watching.
much.
Peace and love.
Have a wonderful week. Enjoy the
That's nice.
the other businesses
The
we
other
have
businesses
doing
we
on,
got, yeah.
and enjoy this.
Listen to Vultures on Spotify. Bye. Well, not
Yes.
Spotify, Apple.
Bye.
See you later.
Cheers, bye.
Can I ring that bell?
Ring my bell.
My bell. Ding-a-ling-a-ring my bell.
I wish that song was on the film The Ring.
The ring.
The Ring,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is coming through the TV.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's going to be now? Fucking the Ring doorbell. You know, you're looking at your phone. It's going to come out your phone.
You know what? I'm putting all this in. This is part of the podcast. This is how we
Right,
start.
we'll go on
So,
30.
no. This is it. Do your intro.
Oh.
I didn't know because it's so unnatural.
I like that about it though. It's more casual.
Well, we'll go on 40.
There'll be outtakes then.